Hi, Dean.
I've never been in, but...
Just waiting for a few more people to join us before I start commenting on where I am and what I'm doing here today. Hi, I'm going to do Shaylon. It seems a little bit easier. Hi. Your first name's really hard for me. Hi, Matt. Left Kung Fu. That's what it is. Hi. Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on. I don't like wearing them. Just wait for one or two more people to join us, and then we'll have a look at the setup. It's just Lev. All right, awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, Lev. It's not a bad, good spot. Fairly busy. So, yeah, let me tell you exactly what we're doing. We are in Leeds. We are just up the road from McDonald's down there. This is Kirkgate, and this is called Brigate. Hi, Tapper. And Commercial Street. So Commercial Street, the main run through is Brigate, and then we got Kirkgate. Outside Debenhams, outside Sarah, outside JD Sports, and the EE shop. We are.
And if you believe they put a man on the moon, the man on the moon. Do you believe they put a man on the moon, sir?
So we have Dave with us. Harry's just done his first interview. Yeah, that seemed like a really good, friendly one. That's a good start. Yeah, like that. Hi, Matty. Yes. The weather's very benevolent today. you and your benevolent. Dear. Yes, I'm expecting maybe one or two little showers. It's not looking too fantastic. We've actually got not a bad setup today. You all right? Don't you? You have to talk to us later. I'm gonna. If you want to smile and laugh, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. All right. Are you here all day? Yeah. Awesome. Well, we'll probably have a bite to eat later. Awesome. So he seems quite friendly. He was having a bit of a laugh filming the board. So we will have a talk with the guy in the caravan. So that'd be interesting. And now I feel awful. Yes. We're in an amazing place at the moment. Andrea has done us proud and organised some accommodation for us. Dave's having a chat. Yes, she's done us proud. We've got an amazing place. But lots of bonding going on. We've even got our own tennis court. It's that good. So she dropped on, and it's not that expensive. She did us found an amazing place for us, just outside Leeds, about a half-hour drive. So well done, Andrea. Oh yes. So yes, we've got Sven with us, and obviously Harry's with us. And Dave's down there. You had your first really good interview. That looked really positive.
Yeah, it's very opinionated. It's good. Yeah.
Yes.
I could persuade him away from politics. He just wanted to focus on politics.
Yeah. But he's very friendly and shook your hand and went away nicely. And yeah, I like it when it's just that. Yeah. Sven's getting stuck in. We've got a few I'm going to ask a couple of people to hold the camera today, and we can see their perspective on what they see today. Oh yes, we've got Lisa with us. Sorry, that's what I was about to say. Lisa's starting her first bit of chalking. Yes, proving the globe. Well done, Lisa. How long's this one going to be? All right, okay. Because you could, because look behind you. Do whatever you want to do. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Do you think she should just go for it? Look at this. Can you imagine that writing going all the way right to the end? So, bring it on, Lisa. Bring it on. Looking forward to that. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Imagine that. People will stop just to have a look what it is that she's doing. No, she's having her first conversation. So this is how she gets her conversations. Look. Awesome, Lisa. Oh, absolutely awesome. Dave, I don't think he's live. I think he's just filming. So you'll have to wait for that footage. But he's having a conversation there. We're waiting for a couple of guests to join us momentarily. They should be with us very shortly. It's going to be a great day here today, guys. There's a lot of people about. We've got a great spot. So I'm looking forward to today. So yeah, as I say, we've got a couple of guests joining us, and tomorrow we'll have some more guests joining us. So looking forward to tomorrow as well. Tomorrow's Preston. I always say like 12 o'clock, but you know how it is, guys. We actually found a parking today, and initially I didn't want to go in and park, so I slowed us all down because it was to stay here for the day, or for 6 hours, it's £16.50. And I'm a little bit tight, I'm afraid, and I didn't want to pay it, so I wanted to look for another place. And then I was kind of persuaded that, look, let's just pay it and get here, because that's three cars we've just parked in there at £16.50 each. It's a lot of money, you know. So it's, you know, over £45 for us to be here. So that hurts me, that does. Yeah. Really bothered me, it did, but you know, we'll take it on the gym. We'll just get on with it because we're here, so you know, not too bad. 10 minutes late. Yeah, well done, Sven. He's getting stuck in there. Yeah, lot of people walking in fast, isn't it? You know, one or two people will stop, but you got to be patient. You got a couple of chairs. Isn't it weird the way they faced all the chairs down that way and not? Why have they done that? Have they faced them that way? It's a bit weird.
Should all be facing you, Justin.
They should
Turn
be.
them round.
That's right. Maybe we should lift them up. Yes.
You are vegan, yes. I don't mind vegan stuff. I love vegan stuff.
May I ask why you became vegan? Was it through animal welfare concept or health reasons, or
health reasons, and then obviously then after animals?
exactly the same?
Same.
Health reasons,
What
yeah.
I'm trying to say is they do want us to be controlled,
Yeah.
but also that is coming from the food as well.
Yes.
So whatever is in front of you, then
Yeah.
know that okay. And then 15, 16, when you're 50, 60 years old, you have to stop eating meat because of your health problems. You have to go and, you know, take vitamins and supplements.
Yeah.
So you can,
Not everybody. There's a problem with it. You know this. I know. Not everybody's ready for it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why my wife's not vegan.
yeah, I'm not saying my fiance is.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
But I don't believe, you know, eating meat is you can go and be healthy and
Yeah.
where it's actually.
I think there's enough in plant food, isn't
Yeah.
there? And incidentally, oh no, you're not from Preston. I was going to say, do you know of a good place in Preston?
I haven't been to this, but
No, that's
but yeah,
okay.
that's what I'm trying to say.
I'll leave these guys.
I think it's something. I think it's good that you're vegan. I think it's great, but I think one day I'll come.
Yeah, doing a vegan diet and vegetarianism, or what's the fish one? Pescatarian, is it? It's not for everyone. I think that if you research that side of things, it'll shock you, but you'll be informed. That's on the animal welfare side. Yes, you will be informed. But I think we should all have choice, and if we haven't researched it, then we haven't got choice, have we? We're not informed. This is a personal opinion, obviously. But I say my wife's not vegan, and that's okay. I can, people will get there in their own times, as far as I'm concerned, or they won't. But it's all this life's journey it's their choice. I'm not here to police anybody else. So, okay. Will Harry get a conversation out of this? That's how it all happens. It's just talk to someone. Who else we got here? So we got Mighty Atom. Thank you for joining us. Oh, oops. Are you still with us, Mighty Atom? I thought I might have blocked you then by mistake. Are you still with us? Say hello. I think I pressed the wrong button. I'm not sure what happened. You disappeared from my screen. Rennie, hi. Thank you so much. Are you still with us? Thank you. That's a bit weird, that is. I must be careful what I do with my fingers on this phone. Yeah. So who else have we got with us? So hi, Rennie. And of course we've got Stuart and Dean and Michael. Hi, Michael. Let's have a quick look. Night of the Round Fable. Let's park on the street. Yeah, I've got some cities and towns and all that. They're just in where I am in I don't know, where I work most of the time, Newton Abbot, Devon. You can't park anywhere. Park on the street. What is that? No one. The whole council has literally just put payment systems everywhere that you want to park. And it's a little bit the same here. When you come to these big cities and all that, you've either got to pay on a lot of the streetcar parking. They only allow a maximum of about 2 hours or so, and then you got to keep going back, and you have to actually drive away, and it says that you're not allowed to come back within an hour or so. It's just a bit of a mess. So car parks, they take all the hassle out of it, but they want proper money. As I say, £16 for 6 hours. It's £25 for 8 hours. So quite a lot. We like to have 6 hours, even though we tend to leave about 5 hours, but it's just to have that buffer so that we don't get any tickets. Even though we won't be paying them tickets, we don't believe in that sort of thing. Yeah, thank you, Stuart. Yeah, thanks for that. I mean, I do spend the night before, and I check all the... Wait, let's have a big cuddle. I didn't know you were coming here. Awesome. Yeah, I didn't realise you were coming. So I should have said we've got another special guest. So this is Chris, guys. Hello. We're all live, yes.
I was looking for you, couldn't find it.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sub to you. Have you got another channel?
Has it been ages that? Well, what happened was around about COVID, I was up to about getting on really about 5,000 people or so, like subscribers. And the second I got banned on, I got banned for about 30 days on YouTube. Totally. When I went back, I was down to 2,000 subscribers. And lots of people said, we've been unsubscribed, got to hit the bell again and all of that business. And a bit weird. I don't know.
Oh, you had the one with when you're on your bike.
Yes,
The video.
yes.
I was sub to that.
Yeah, and then, no, that's the same one. Just after that, I got taken off.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, and then, what I did is I went through the process and, to get me back on. To complain about it because it was unfairly, what's it done? Because I hadn't said anything wrong and all that, but I still got taken off. Yeah, no, I'm back on, and yeah, everything's okay again until until I'm off again. You know.
I know it's hard to want to do stuff on YouTube now because you know it's
Yeah. Well, last time I seen you was on one of the protests
yeah.
with Harry in London. Yeah, so that's is that 2 years ago? Year and a half, 2 years?
It's gone so fast. It's like
Yeah.
I'm feeling the next 2 years are going to be really fast.
Yeah. Well, you know, and we've got what have I forgot his name? Don't let me forget his name. Oh my God, he was only with us yesterday. I am so terrible. You guys know this. What's his name? He was with us yesterday. Why have I forgotten already? Dear me. I've actually written down a few names today, so I'm going to give a few people a shout out. But now I've got to give Chris a shout out today for coming, and he's not on my list, so I might forget.
Don't worry. Since I got banned, Samuel went sober down the
Tony Dixon. Sorry, I shouldn't even say that, but Tony. Yes. God, have I just doxed his name? Tony. You never know what to say about, like, should you say people's names or not, or oh dear, I never know. I know, but he did a fantastic job yesterday in where was we? Hull. We were in Hull yesterday, and it was
very bright and vibrant for travelling around.
well. We've been doing Airbnbs. Only for the last sort of like 3 or 4 hours. Before then we were in the backs of our cars, me and Harry. And luckily we managed to get Airbnbs just before the sun kicked in. Yeah. No, it's been great. Hi FE Viking for joining us. Liz, the Iron Maiden. Hi. Yeah. Who else has joined us? I'm so sorry if I don't shout your name in. I'm terrible with Wayne Richards. Good afternoon, Jason. Lovely crowd. Hope you're minded idiots not welcome. Time wasting trolls. Don't even know their own model. You're quite right, Wayne. You're quite right.
Exactly.
And Dave's in having a great conversation. Yeah. He's videoing that. I don't think he's live. Right, well done, Dave. You getting there? So we're still waiting for a couple more guests to arrive. Awesome. You can, Chris, if you want, you can tie your bag to the trolley.
Will do, just sort yourself out.
All right.
Cooling down, I think.
How far how far have you come today?
Just from Rochdale, about an hour away.
Oh, about an hour away. Okay, that's good. Good. Are you with us in Preston or?
No.
No, you're just doing the one day.
Yeah.
He's a one day flyer.
One day wonder.
One day wonder. There you go.
Life comes first.
So Dave's got into talking about the moon landing, showing what the problems are there. Hi Leighton, thank you for joining us. And Chris is trying to get in there for his first conversation. Chris is an amazing teacher at this. Yes. Yeah, we've got a few in that bag. There is a few, not a lot, but I mean just. Yeah, they're kind of scattered and not organised, I'm afraid. Yeah, just grab a handful, and see that some might be about COVID. So yeah, put the COVID ones back down, and we're not doing COVID today. Triggering, very triggering. But yeah, I think there's an orange bag, I think, and that might have some more, probably in that one, I think. Yeah, there's some in that one. Oops. Awesome. So we're getting a few people. A crowd has started. So I'm just waiting for a few more people to arrive, and we'll really get a show on the go. So I'm just going to be hovering around for a bit until a few more people arrive. That I'm waiting for. If you just joined us, we're outside Brigate, Commercial Street and Kirkgate. Outside Debenhams, we have the EE shop. McDonald's is just down there, Marks and Spencer's, JD Sports. So that's where we are. So if you're in the area, come down and say hello. Even if you're a Globie, come down and say hello. You know, always okay to meet people, as long as you're not coming down to troll us. Because we'll send you packing. Anyway, look what Lisa's doing. I know, Mr. Tony. Yes, I was over there and I was looking at it and I thought, why have I forgot his name? I only met him yesterday. But it come to me. Yeah. Oh, look at this. There you go. Someone's asking Sven what this is all about. And Chris he's got it stuck in there already. He's there. Teacher of this subject. Fantastic he is. I'm not sure if he's still got his YouTube channel, but he put some great arguments that needed to be discussed. So well done, Chris, for that. Yeah, it's all coming together. No spelling mistakes, Lisa. No, I'm just saying no. Okay, but you spell checked it, did you? What when you put it on the ground? I know. Awesome. Yeah, look forward to that. That'd be great later. So that, I'm creating a little, creating some interest. Told you it's going to be a good day today. They should be easy questions. They're not easy questions, they should be. We were outside Cambridge the other day, and you got all of these boffins, like from the university, and they can't answer them. They cannot answer them, and why can't they answer them? It should be very easy for them.
I've been aware of all this kind of shit for the last 30 years. That's when I stopped paying taxes.
Really? Well done. All right, so you're you know what's going on then. Yeah. Oh, well done. Fantastic. So you didn't know we were here today. You just what's it like seeing this? We're on the street talking to people.
It stopped me in the tracks.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well done. Yeah, so 30 odd years you've kind of been realising that our world has been telling us a lot of lies. Yes, and that's all we're doing. We're kind of bringing it to the streets and just letting people know it's not all come by here in our world. Like that, our governments they don't have our best interests.
I am in the process of inquiring about buying back my daughter's other birth certificate.
Oh right.
And maybe getting my own as well.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
I'm more or less stuck under it. I don't want my daughter under it when she gets.
Yeah, older. I know. Don't you wish that we knew all this earlier on? I would never have gone through the birth certificate process and that.
Nobody's object to trade on the stock market.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's brilliant. Sorry?
That's why I stopped paying taxes.
Yes. Yeah. How long have you stopped?
30 years.
Oh, you've actually stopped it? Wow. And you're still alive, you're still functioning, still living.
No jobs, not even take paracetamol.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm with you.
Or head massage and push it out on the back.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yes. Oh, well done. So you talk to people about what's going on. How do they react to you?
To be fair, not really so much recently.
there was one of my friends, he used to do quite a lot of Facebook Lives, just
Okay.
making people aware of, did you know this? Look
Yes.
up for yourself and research.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't believe me,
It's there. The
it's all
information's there.
able
It is.
for you to look
It
at.
is.
And he put a video on that he did about the World Health Organization website.
The which one?
World Health
Yes,
Organization.
yes, yes.
website.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And as he'd gone into it and he dug out and went through the little click-ons
Yeah.
that nobody really bothers to go
Yeah,
to,
yeah, yeah.
he opened up that the coronavirus can be killed at a certain temperature in the air.
Yeah.
So how come everybody stops walking about in the summer when it's over 23 degrees? Is it?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, we just had what?
And it's on their own website.
We had 42 degrees the other day.
Yeah, it's on their own website.
Yeah.
They're kind of hiding it.
Yes,
All
yeah.
this stuff like that. I've not really had a chance to do anything like this or come to
No,
a
no.
stop and see anything.
So it's a pleasant surprise
It's
for
nice,
you.
Most of it were just online stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
we're seeing.
Well, we always did the flat earth stuff and we kept to that only, and we're going around the country for the past 4 or 5 years and that, going from town and cities. But we just felt as though with what's been happening in our day-to-day world right now, let's bring the rest of it, the rest of the lies, because...
Out there, just if not just for people to see for a first time,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we've been indoctrinated by television.
Television to lie. Yes.
Tell a load of bullshit.
Yeah.
What we want you to think.
Yes, and the programming and the channeling.
Yeah. I stopped my daughter when she was quite young.
Yes.
Obviously, throughout being up until 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
All right, she watched cartoons and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. But
yeah.
that was just for, obviously, that's how more or less most children are.
Yes, yes,
so
yeah.
It's a kind of form of fun.
Yeah, yeah.
And I ended up stopping her watching like the Sky programs
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
You realise there's so many subliminal hidden messages
the
and
Disney stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
yes.
Yeah, she-
When you start looking into it deeply in that, you realise there's programming for, and it's not just for the kids, because we sit there with our kids as well, and they're watching it, and we're watching it, and we don't realise that it's programming us as well.
I once got removed from a class in history at
Yeah.
school
Yeah.
because I disagreed with what the teacher was saying.
Oh, you're not allowed to do that.
I said, where did you get that information? From a textbook that somebody wrote for you to sink in.
Wow, you did that at
And-
school, because they say that we don't do
I
that.
was like, get out, don't come in my class again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And everybody were like, what was that about? So
What did you do?
I said to him, well, are we not allowed to question something?
That's
We
the
don't
thing.
always try.
That's it.
But I'd actually seen a real version. I can't remember exactly what it was we were being taught.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing an actual real version of it.
Yes,
And
yes.
I thought, well,
It does.
no,
The
that,
two
that
op-
makes sense. That what
this
she's
doesn't.
saying doesn't.
Yes. But your teacher's was from a textbook,
Yeah.
and she's done the repeat after me process, and of course
And tried it
you can't question
indoctrination.
that. She's got £100,000 education. How dare you question what she's reading from a book?
I got questioned by my daughter's school because I did say to him a few years ago, she's almost ready to leave now anyway.
Right.
I'm going to pull her out of school and home teacher. Oh, it's going to cost you a fortune.
Yeah.
I said, well,
What?
what's it got to do with you if it's going to cost me however much?
Yeah. None of your business.
Who are you to know my financial affairs and what I do?
That's it.
And
it doesn't, and that's rubbish, isn't it?
They basically started going through different channels and social
Yeah.
services. Oh, he's questioning stuff kind of thing.
Yeah.
I spoke to him and I basically said, listen, I am who I am, I do what I do. You keep yourself and your little indoctrination away from my daughter, because I don't want to be taught all the
Yeah,
bullshit
yeah.
that I was taught
Yeah.
until I realised it was wrong.
Yeah.
And that was it.
And you'll do
Oh,
such a much better job.
Just let her finish the schooling.
Yeah.
She's only got like 6 months or something left
Right.
in total when she goes back in September.
Yeah.
It's about 6 months and she leaves again.
Right.
And in that 6 months, when she does come home from school,
Yeah.
I'll be teaching her the real
You've got
versions
to
of stuff that she's
undo a bit.
Because I do go through her books and...
Because this is the problem. She still needs, if she wants to pass some exams and that, she still needs to go through that idiotic process. Repeat after me. But she doesn't have to believe it.
My best, for instance, is, when the lockdown first happened and kids weren't going to school,
Yeah.
they sent loads of different subject paperwork on for her to do.
Yeah.
and I've gone through it before she did, and pulled out of maybe 12 subjects,
Yeah.
pulled 10 of them away and said you're not doing them.
Yeah.
They're lies, and just there's no point in doing them.
Yeah,
They're not going to give you any benefit.
I kind of think,
apart
you know,
from being
basic
programmed.
maths, basic English.
That's it.
yeah, and you'll get through life because I can't.
And then being taught to live correctly.
Yeah.
Don't do to others what others are doing to you.
Yeah. I think a lot of it comes with her choices later on, what it is that she wants to learn and how she wants to live her life. That's later on. But then that's choices, not being programmed to at an early age when you can't make them choices.
She leaves soon, so
Right. You're from Leeds, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
I was born in the swamp.
okay. Yeah. Are we in a good position here? Is it a good location or is there better ones?
To be fair, yeah.
Good.
I'd say because this is the main cross.
That's the main cross. Yes, I looked at that. So I'm not familiar with what's at Leeds, but I do a little bit of research first. But I'm always curious.
Another thing, if you look at certain different plans from above,
Okay.
of how they set all this out,
Yeah.
it's certain different patterns that you see within.
Well, there is on Google Earth. This has got a strange pattern. This whole stretch here.
And like the big crossover point.
Yeah.
through the middle,
Yeah. I've seen that.
And the way that it's pointing towards the church at the other end. Up there.
Right. Yeah. So all hidden meanings there probably.
And it's all these.
Freemasons.
all these, isn't it?
We were speaking to a guy in Norwich. He's been studying the Freemasons in his city, Norwich, for about 20 years. So we got enlightened on quite a lot of behaviour from them. And he says they're in every city, and you only have to look at a lot of these buildings. A lot of the windows are in threes like that.
Yeah.
You know, so that's probably a very much a Masonic building there. And
If you can get a close enough look at some of the actual stones,
Yes.
you can see that they are a bit weathered now, but you can actually see some symbols.
Yeah. Well, he was showing us in Norwich, you know, and you're quite right, they are weathered a bit. But well, that's interesting. So yeah, we'll have a closer look at that building there in a minute. Yeah, I forgot to look actually. Yeah, there's some more up there, isn't there?
Yeah, this one here with the arched window.
Yes. Yeah, and there's all this on the right. Yeah. Oh, we'll have a little look-see later, and maybe you guys can point a few things out.
If you obviously pinpoint this location on Google Earth,
Yeah.
and have an actual look at.
Yeah. Well, yeah, guys, have a look at that. We are on the crossroads of Commercial Street, Brigate, and Kirkgate. Just put that in Google Maps for Leeds, and just have a little look-see. And yeah, there's probably a few hidden, what would you say, meanings on how the plans have been set up.
These roofs here go kind of more or less halfway into the precincts there.
Gotcha.
And
Right.
these all different things on them that can actually show you
Okay.
the things that you're looking for from the Freemasons. Basically.
Yeah. So we're saying that, you know, the Freemasons have had their hand into a lot of the buildings here. Yeah, there'll be quite a lot of evidence for that. Right, anyway, what was your first name? Chad, Jason.
Check out the Templar bar.
Oh, well, yeah, well, there you go. That is Masonic, isn't it? Yeah, it's nice talking to you, Chad. Cheers. All right. That was Chad. That was a good interview. So he's on board, gets all that, and Dave's still at the same conversation. I like to try and make them as short as possible. I don't want. Although I did do a long conversation with a guy yesterday, he was really on the fence. I felt that he wanted to say, all right, Earth's flat. That's what it felt like. But he was really holding back. And as I say, I wouldn't expect someone to be converted to flat Earth live on the street ever. That would be a little bit weird. It's just not going to happen. All I can possibly ever hope for is that someone will investigate for themselves and work it out themselves. Well, there you go. I just had I just had a good conversation there, it looked like. Little handshake at the end. Yeah, keep it respectful, guys. Even in the chatting, we try and keep it respectful on the streets. You know, even if we've got 100% difference of opinion, still keep it respectful. Look at this. Look how many people Lisa stopped. See, it's not all about my banners. Lisa can do exactly the same and get people thinking. Proving the globe. Searching for proof that the Earth is a globe. I thought it would be easy, but you shouldn't suppose. The first place I went to was photos from space, but to my shock and horror and total disgrace, it turned out that Rob Simmons, who was working for NASA, a graphic designer, is at the heart of the matter. Well, how awesome. We'll read the rest later. Or we will get Lisa to read the rest. How awesome is that, guys? Absolutely how awesome. Look at this. This is what Lisa's doing. She is stopping everybody in their tracks, and if they're reading it, then they're thinking about it. Look at that. This is, for me, because of the crowd and because people are stopping, this is Lisa's best work. Look at that, guys. For me, this is so impressive. So impressive. You know, now this lady's been reading that. Lady just walked past. And is she going to stop and have a look at... So Lisa's brought her to here. And now she's looking at our stuff. So I don't want to just shine the camera on her, but there you go, Lisa. Gonna take a while. I don't know where all the music's coming from. They're doing something up there, so let's just have a quick look. Acrobatics, dancing. I'll just show you and then we'll disappear because it's a bit noisy. Sorry for the noise. Dear me. Oh, no way. No.
Okay, so guys, before we start the show, we have just everyone here.
Bit of a comedy show.
Come closer, guys. Come closer, guys.
We're not sticking around to watch this, but they're obviously made it into a bit of a comedy show. Come closer, so we can get the pickpockets in the inn behind. I'm leaving. So, yes, by all means, go closer, but hold on to your wallets and purses and all that. Not to say that these guys will be a part of it, but some people in the crowds might take advantage. Doesn't matter in any city. This is where, yeah, by all means, go closer, but hold on tight to your wallet and your purses. They want your dollar. Yes. I think we all should always be vigilant when we're in the cities and that. Dave's on another conversation. He's moved on. Chris is talking to someone. I don't know where Harry and Sven are. Haven't seen them. Oh, we've got Tony here. He's talking to someone. Well done, Tony. Yeah, looks like Tony's being re-educated by someone who probably doesn't listen enough. Harry is over there. He's having a conversation with someone, filming someone. We've lost Fen for a moment. Does any of it make sense?
I can't make any sense of it.
No?
I
No?
think the intellect's a little too high for me to quite understand everything here. I
Yeah.
think it's all jumbled into a lot of vocabulary, and that's why I guess not everybody's really going to understand it. Like
No.
myself.
That's why we kind of put this up on the wall as well, so that we can just kind of talk about individual subjects that are kind of happening in our world today. But it's not that hard to understand that one. That's the temperatures in space. Now we're told this is where the International Space Station is. But the International Space Station is made of primarily made of metals and of aluminium and titanium. They've got lots of all of that on there. But the melting point of, let's say, aluminium is 660 degrees. But here in the thermosphere, the temperatures get all the way up to 2,000 degrees. So this is kind of the difference between sort of like direct heat and infrared heat, and that, you know, that the sun gives out. You know, like, so if there's meant to be a vacuum and there's no air, and infrared like comes through, you know, from the sun, and it hits these objects, satellites, International Space Station, they start heating up, and that's how we can get 2,000 degrees Celsius temperatures in the coldness of space, which is a bit weird, isn't it? Because we're told it's fairly cold in space. So that infrared hits that, but there is no air molecules to take that coldness away. So it just gets hotter and hotter and hotter, and they'll eventually melt, because of, if it gets up to 2,000 and it melts at 660, we've got a problem. So we're suggesting that all of this, it's not even in space. It's not up there whatsoever. You know, I don't know if you've heard of, like with the satellites, Satelloom. There's a lot of, NASA's the biggest consumer of helium. So, and they've got this program called, with Satellooms, and they put lots of satellites on balloons. I'm not saying they all are. Lots of our communications are just E-Lauren, triangulation, just from cell towers. Okay, that's where all our communications, where a lot of our GPS and all that comes from. But we're told that they're all in space. There is something flying around, because you can track like the International Space Station on an app, and then you can see something go across. But you think about it, this is meant to be so far away. Not sure what it says there. So the thermosphere, anywhere between 310 and 610 miles. So it's over 300 miles up. What you think, you know what perspective is like, you know, how it just makes things smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Can you imagine a football pitch, that's about the size of a football pitch, and then over 5 miles, how small that gets, and then over 10 miles, how small that gets even more, over 100 miles, how small, you can't even resolve that then, and then 300 miles, well, you've got no chance, you're not going to resolve that, but we're told that we can see something flying around. It's nonsense. No, but people have, and they've recorded it, and I accept that they're seeing something, but they're not seeing something over 300 miles away, and you know, it's just not possible. And does that not make sense, what I've just said? So we're questioning where it is that we live, you know, like, because all our information, we believe that we live on a Earth ball because of the, what we've been presented for by NASA. And we're suggesting, you know, like these guys here, this is Operation Paperclip. When the war ended, these are a lot of the Nazi scientists that they brought over and created NASA. That's what NASA is. You know, like, and I'm not saying that there's some sort of Nazi agenda or anything like that, but that's really what happened. And when we supposedly sent people in space, I don't know if you can see like this one, it come with so many problems, like waving flags in the vacuum of space, no blast crater, no dust on the lander's feet. And if you look at this thing, If I give you a budget of a few £1,000s, you could build that and do a better job. That's Blue Peter stuff, that is. The panels are falling out, they're all buckled, there's so much duct tape on there, it's incredible. If you zoom in and look at this thing.
There's a lot of conspiracy suggesting, but obviously the landing, the moon landing itself is literally just a television set.
Yes. And one of the biggest clues is when seven Apollo landings, and the biggest clue is not one of them out of all of them did that. But you can't, the fourth wall, you can't do that. So not one of them did that. And the thing is, you got this moon buggy that was like driving around, kicking up all this dust and all that, and yet there's not even a little shred of dust on any of the landers' feet. Sound can't travel in the vacuum of space. It needs to kind of like propagate through the air molecules and all that, to have light waves. So there's meant to be silent up there. And matey, he's banging in the flag, and mission control, they can hear him banging the flag, and they say, oh, yeah, I can hear you that, and all right, okay. It was travelling through his suit and into his microphone and all that, and I'll accept that. That's okay. That's a good explanation, and that, whether it's true or not, but it's a good explanation. But then he picks up this like wire, this bit of coil, whatever it is, and he throws it, and it hits the limb, and it goes doing, and you heard it. Yeah. Well, how did that transfer into his suit and into his mic? So there's lots of problems with that. We never went to the moon. There's a film out called A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon. So chuck that in the it's the most provoking argument. Wow, that for me that proves that we never went to the moon. It shows Michael Collins, Aldrin, and oh god, was it Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins, Neil Armstrong. It kind of shows them in the craft, and how they're faking Earth in the window because they're only in low Earth orbit. So they're trying to fake because they're too close to Earth. So they fake it and put all of these like cardboard cutouts all around the window and that, and then turn the lights off, pull the camera away, and there you go. There's Earth. Very cleverly done. But yeah, funny thing happened on the way to the moon. And then you will never believe that they went there.
The question is what reason do they have to lie?
Probably for hiding the shape of our Earth. So that would be like for these guys, for hiding the shape of our Earth. I suspect, I should say, okay? I suspect that that's what NASA is been invented for, to hide the shape of our Earth. Now, that's the bigger question is, why would they hide the shape of our Earth? I don't know. It's too big a question for me to answer. I can have a few suspicions. I would never know unless we take these liars to court and we can, we could grill them and have a courtroom full of people to get, them answers out of them. But I have never done that. You have never done that. So I don't think we're ever going to know that answer. My suspicions is maybe there's more land beyond what the South Pole is. Maybe there's more land. Admiral E. Byrd, he took like this ship here. It's called, I think it's Operation High Jump, I think it was called. Operation High Jump. They went down to the South Pole in a interview on the Longines something. I forget what it's called, but Longines something. On this, he got interviewed, this admiral. And so, admiral's a big deal in the U.S. Army, Navy, and that. He's in control of 5,000 military personnel that he took down. He says in this interview, we went beyond the South Pole and come across more land bigger than America itself. Now, I don't think he's thick that he got Australia confused or Africa confused. So, go beyond the South Pole and go and then just come across Africa or Australia or South America and got it confused. And he said specifically that there's more land beyond the South Pole. So I think he discovered something. Okay. Suspicions. That's only my thoughts and suspicions. I've got no proof about what is. Until we take liars, the deceivers to court, we don't know.
I guess from my perspective, it's all just a lot of effort to cover something up that we can't really explain.
No. Yes.
It is a lot of
Yes.
effort to go through.
But that doesn't mean to say a murder didn't happen, just because we don't know why it happened or what for. So yeah, so that's the way I look at it. So the first thing before we go into the why and how, we need to look at, is it happening? Is the biggest thing at the moment is that we're looking at land. We live on a ball. There'd be a curvature drop. There'd be a drop, and that would be we'd be able to measure that. And apparently we can measure it. They can measure it up until about 1,000 miles, and it starts slipping away a little bit. But that's okay, because we shouldn't see land. Let's say 126 miles. Shouldn't see land, and yet we can. There's guys with they're converting. See, technology's outgrown their lies. Technology. We've got cameras now that we can put set to infrared that would cut through all the atmosphere, and then we can see land about over 100 miles away. We shouldn't be able to see this land. It should be over the curvature of a ball. There's also, like, if you go to, I like using the Dover to Calais as a proof that there's something needs questioning, there's something wrong. You can stand at Calais on the beach at the water's level, and you can look across and you can see the White Cliffs of Dover in its entirety. You can see the whole lot, and yet with this formula you're meant to see about 50 feet of the highest peak. But so why are we seeing that? And we've got all the numbers, we've got all them. Is that your phone or is that my phone? It's yours. No problem. It's nice talking to you. Cheers, buddy. Got saved by the bell, he did. So we're a couple of celebrities missing. They're not here yet. So just waiting for a few people.
Yeah, you meet that many people. I'm told.
Oh dear. What was that about?
I just told him that Nassie's theatre.
All right.
Because he was wearing a Nassie t-shirt. And so that was why he was the guy.
Yes.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right.
Awesome.
What's your name? Johnny, how are you doing? Not too bad. Any good questions about our display today? This lady, we've been at it about an hour. An hour? Yeah. It's great. Yeah, she's getting pretty good at it. We go from city to city and she throws down some remarkable artworks to encourage people to think. It's really inspiring, isn't it? Yeah. Today she's gone for a poem.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
The globe.
Yeah, is that what it is? Prove the globe.
Proving the globe. Do you think you could prove the globe? How do you prove that?
Round and round and round.
Which way are we going round? Clockwise. Okay, point that direction. Oh no, but if we're rolling, are we rolling or are we turning like a clock?
Like turning the clock, it's like keep spinning round as you go, everything's taking each other.
Yeah, okay. So if I imagine a ball in my mind and I spin that ball once a day, that's what you're saying, it's spinning once a day.
It's just spinning once a day. Yeah.
So you and I, we should be able to point in the direction of that spin, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
But you wonder why you don't know which direction it's spinning.
I'm no expert, mate.
No, but you are, because your human senses are the most finely tuned devices that we've ever come across on Earth, right? Better than anything that man can get. So your senses are telling you that you can't sense, because if we were standing on a travelator, one of those ones at the airport where they're moving, your senses would know you were moving this way. You would immediately be able to say, I'm moving this way, even if you were standing there, you go, I'm moving that way behind me. Right? You can't feel it.
Motion sickness.
Sorry. Emotional sickness.
Motion sickness.
Yeah. Well, but you would feel you were moving. You would have a sense of that. Even if you were in a car, you would be able to just from being in the car that you were moving forward in that direction.
It's kind of particularly
Yeah, particularly if the windows were open or the sunroof was off, right? Well, they say we live without a sunroof here. We have no roof on this place, we're just spinning. But our sensors say we're not. Your sensors don't know that you're spinning.
It's just kind of like, kind of experiencing that sort of sense.
Do you remember when you were 6, 7 years old, when you went to school and they taught you about the globe? They said that you're spinning. You probably said, but miss, I don't feel like I'm spinning.
It's only because I never paid attention.
Okay, so they told you when you weren't paying attention that you were spinning, and yet you believe that even though your senses tell you not to believe it. Okay, so that's one of your proofs that you live on a globe that we're spinning, and we can't substantiate that either by your senses or with scientific experimentation. There have been scientific experiments that have gone on over the years, and they don't really work, so they don't use them. They don't teach us those things. So that's the one thing. What other proof would you offer me that we live on a globe? Sorry? A calendar? Is that?
So, an Islamic calendar, he said, would prove that we live on a globe.
I agree with the observation, sir. I agree. Okay. So I accept you've got observation that you claim proves that we live on a globe. Is that right? You've got an observation. No, that's not. I know that's you're asking me a question. I'm the one posing the question. So my question is. So no, I'm asking you to clarify for me. You're saying that you have evidence, your proof that we live on a globe is to do with the way we see the moon cycle. Something simplifying. But that's your proof. Now, if that was such a clear-cut proof, don't you think the people who wrote the Quran would have said we live on a globe?
Yes.
So, but yeah, but do you think God would have said you live on a globe in the Quran?
I mean, the Quran
You okay?
I was talking to Imam the other day, and he said to me that you know the Quran.
Yes. Do you want me to show you a few things? Of course. I'll let these guys get onto it. Let's. What's your first name?
Johnny.
Johnny. I'm Jaden. Nice to meet you, Johnny. So let's have a look. Oops. Okay. So one of the biggest reasons that we know that Earth. I say we, and I don't mean that in the sense of I'm speaking for every flat earther, because some people didn't even call them flat earthers; they call them globe deniers, or don't label themselves at all. So I must be careful, and I'm very aware that when I say we, it's almost a slip of the tongue. I don't mean we. I'm speaking on behalf of myself.
Yeah.
You know. So what it is that we can see too far.
Yeah.
I can see too far. Lots of people can see too far. There has to be, if we live on a ball, there has to be a curvature drop, okay? They say that this drop is measured by 8 inches per square mile, okay? So if I look at this, it says here, if this is 8 inches, there's 8 inches per square mile, and then 2 miles it will go to 32 miles and 32 inches, 72 inches, 128 inches. If I just bring that over to feet, and then after 10 miles, that's 66 feet, and then 100 miles, we're up to, I'm not sure what the number is, it's kind of scraped out, but 6,000, is it 800 or 600 miles, feet? So 6,000 something.
Yeah, I probably reckon that's about accurate.
Okay, so we have technology now. We have cameras that you can convert them to infrared, and I know you can't really see here now, but we have this thick atmosphere right here in between us, just like I can see my hand in the swimming pool nice and clear, but I can't see the people at the end of the swimming pool.
No, you can't.
Like having lots of panes of glass. You can see through 2, 3, 4, gets hazier and hazier. 100 panes of glass, you got no chance. So just like that, over distance, let's say 100 miles, this atmosphere gets thicker and thicker and thicker, and we just can't penetrate through that. Okay. But we've got infrared, and we've got technology. We can have cameras, infrared, and then it'll cut through that, and then we can see. We've got photographs and films of land 126 miles away. 126 miles away, and if we look at that, 120, that's meant to be over 6,000. We shouldn't be able to see this land. It should be way, way below the curvature of the Earth. So I wanted to test this myself, and is this true? And so I went to where I live. I live in Devon. I stood on the pier. This is Brixton Pier. I looked out to Exmouth, and right across the bay, it's 17.5 miles. I can see people walking on the beach. No, I don't. I can't see that. That's silly. I shouldn't be able to. It should be underneath the curvature of the Earth of about 50, 60 feet or so. But I can see them. You're on Dover to Calais. If you're on the beach at Calais, you can see the White Cliffs of Dover in its entirety. The White Cliffs of Dover. Now, according to the maths of the size of Earth and the curvature drop of Earth, you're only meant to see 50 feet of the highest peak. But you stand there and you can see it all. So this maths, either the maths is wrong, which is kind of like agreed by so many learned people, like intellectuals and all that. It's agreed by a lot of people, that maths. We're seeing land. There's a famous photograph. I've got it on one of my leaflets, and it's over 320 miles, and you can see land in the distance. Again, it should be about 3 miles below the curvature of the Earth, but we can see too much land. So there's a problem there. If we're seeing too much land, now does that prove the Earth is flat? For me, that really does.
Well, what you fear kind of does that, because it does sound like it.
So we've done.
When everybody seems to assume that the Earth is round.
Right. So we're presented. At an early age, we're presented this Earth. It's in all the classrooms. You grew up with them, and at an early age, we knew that we lived on a ball sphere Earth. We knew this. We never questioned it. We just knew because we were told. Okay, so later on in life, we were presented images from NASA. And I say images, not photographs. It says on NASA's website, these aren't photographs, these are composite images, okay? It's just lots of reels of data and all that, put it all together. This guy here, Robert Sims, he puts all of these, people like him, they get lots of layers of data, and with a little bit of Photoshop and an artistry, they create what we assume Earth would look like if it was a sphere. So we're suggesting that all the photographs that we've ever seen from NASA, we've never seen a photograph. So you've got, I don't know, there's one here, this one here. This is 2 photographs that was presented from NASA. 1 year apart, and yet America shrank.
America shrank.
It's the same diameter, but America shrank, got smaller. It's a problem there. So we're suggesting.
So how much is it dropped then?
Sorry?
So how much is it dropped then?
Well, how much is it shrunk, you mean?
Yeah, well, dropped. The words I just say is just dropped, but like how much has it?
Well, you can just see it yourself. That's all. You can see that this is America, that's America, and you can see that it shrank.
Right.
It's a lot smaller. It's the same diameter, but it shrank.
Right, I see.
It's not the clearest.
Yeah, it's what you get. Yeah, it's what you're getting. I totally get you now.
Yeah.
It's like, you're just looking at.
But there's.
It's like you're just looking at.
So there you go. So there's lots of questions, and maybe on the street, and if you're fairly new to this, may I suggest 200 proofs Earth is not a spinning ball. It's a good place to start. I turned it off after about 15 minutes and thought, what a load of rubbish. You may do the same, but persevere with it and go back to it, because there's a lot of information in there and it makes a lot of sense.
So much. I mean, I know from experience. 'Cause I mean, I used to go to community space center down in Florida when I was a kid.
Okay.
And I'll tell you something. It was really great experience. Kind of going around and not only seeing the shuttles, but going through the space station.
Yeah.
And just kind of.
Well, I believe that they all went to space. I believed wholeheartedly. I was a big space fan. I loved I loved my fiction as well. Space fiction, Star Trek, and all of that. I loved all of that. But when I'm not
much of a Trekkie. But Star Wars kind of guy.
Star Wars, yeah, loved all that. But when I started analysing this, I started looking at the temperatures in space.
Yeah.
How's the response today?
And we looked at aluminium and titanium. If you look at aluminium, these are what a lot of these structures are made of.
Yeah.
So if we look at aluminium, the melting point of that is 660 degrees Celsius. But here in the thermosphere, where the International Space Station is, it goes up to 2,000 degrees Celsius in the coldness of space. So it kind of contradicts itself, but there's a reason why it does contradict itself. So like the sun giving off its infrared heat, well, that would hit the International Space Station and it would just get hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. And without having, because it's in a vacuum, without having all the air and oxygen or the gases to take away the molecules of that, to take away that air, that heat I should say. Therefore, it would just get hotter and hotter until it gets so hot that it would pass 660 degrees Celsius and start to melt. So anything that's kind of going in space, the second that infrared heat from the sun hits that object, whether it be a satellite, a rocket, a shuttle, these things aren't. Because if you look at, let's say, on the International Space Station, it's not just. I imagine that they do have protected areas with special tapes and flammable proof, materials and that. But I've watched them take Velcro off containers, and Velcro's kind of made with little plastic parts, like little hoops and hooks and all that, and yet that's not melting. And there's other things. There's the space suits as well, that can stand up to over 2,000 degrees Celsius. There's so many different parts outside of that spaceship that shouldn't be, shouldn't be able to withstand up to them temperatures. So when you say you went to the space center and all that, enjoy that. They look incredible bits of machinery and all that, but they didn't go into outer space. Maybe into as far as low Earth orbit, but they couldn't have gone into space. It's not possible.
It kind of depends on whether the American government can fund their space mission.
Well, when it comes to money for NASA, we're told that NASA has taken between 50 and 60 million dollars per day off the public in that, okay, with taxes and that. But I don't really buy into that. I think more maybe they're taking this money away from the public, so there's less money in the economy. But I think it's more to do with whatever funding they want. It's just a digit on the screen that they just contact the people at the Federal Reserve and say, this is what we need, this is how much. I don't think money's a big factor in it. Not really.
No, I don't think so. I think it used to be.
Yeah, maybe.
Years ago. It's like when you look at Kennedy.
Yeah.
He was the one who funded. He funded Buzz and what's the other two?
Michael Collins, Buzz Aldrin, and Neil Armstrong.
Did he fund their mission?
Well, not him. It's not out of his pocket. The government would have. The government would taxes and all that would have passed that on to NASA and all that. But I don't think it's about the money.
I'm getting a bit confused now. I don't know who came before. I mean, sorry, not after. But it's always that everyone's excited. Kennedy.
Yeah.
It was Nixon, wasn't it?
It could be Nixon. Yeah, I can't remember.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know for a fact he funded. He funded the mission.
Okay.
Just after the assassination of
Right.
Kennedy.
Right. I got you.
Back in the
Yeah.
back in the early 60s.
Yeah.
Because it was 1967.
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Well,
They went
he
to-
definitely got shot, but whether it was, but whoever done that, I don't think it's the official narrative. And that's what we bring this to. It is. It's like it's one of the questions that I ask a lot of people. Do you believe that your government tells you the truth? So
It's not like I believe a lot of shit from Boris, because I mean,
yeah, they're all puppets.
it's all puppets. Because I mean, I'm not into politics, mate. I mean,
Right.
It's total dog shit.
Yes. Yeah.
'Cause I don't buy into what Boris or the other government get themselves into, because it's not like this planet is in crisis already, because it is in crisis, because with everything going on with COVID,
Right.
and it's absolutely bonkers.
Yes.
What's going on.
Yeah. So excuse me, I'm trying to sort out my phone. My battery's about to go, and I think I've got a broken cable. I'll let you.
I'm gonna close JD's
It's nice talking to you. Cheers, buddy. Thank you. Right, yeah, sorry. I need to sort my cable out. I just noticed I'm not charging. I think I've got a broken cable. Let me put that one in the box, and then we'll try and get a different. What's happening here? I feel like we're still people missing. Where are these people? They found a cafe somewhere, haven't they? Bear with me. Let's get that in there. Right, so I just put a new cable in, so excuse me, let me just find out whether that's working. Yep. Okay, I'm now charging. Good. Come on, guys, why aren't you here? I'm waiting for 2 people, and they've not arrived yet. What's going on? Right, have we lost Dave? So we've got someone that's joined us. I will have a chat to him in a minute. But we've got someone who's joined us. I think he's got a little bit of a few light papers. We'll let that conversation sort itself out. Tony's talking to one, Harry's talking to someone, and Chris is talking to someone. I don't know where Dave has gone to. Let's have a quick look and see how Lisa's doing. How you doing, Lise? Awesome. It's looking pretty impressive. Look at this. Look at that. All these people here. Let me just get on the other side. Lisa's getting more attention than all of us. Well done. Look at this. Well done, Lisa. Look at this lot here. Everybody's reading this. How awesome. She's had such a profound effect on the people of Leeds. And I think people read little snippets of it and then move on. I think what made it really good is the angle of the writing as well. Wouldn't it be great if the council liked it so much that they'd But lacquer it all properly and keep it there forever, because it's so bright and colourful. Well done, Lisa. This has to be her best work for me. I've not seen this many people stop and have a look, and it's just the information. You know, it's a poem. This is, but it comes with bags of information. Yeah. Well done, Lisa. Well done. Yeah, we'll wait till that conversation finishes and we'll find out who it is. Harry's in the midst of a great conversation. Yeah. So he's here for the great reset, the awakening. All right. You are. Yeah. I'm just going to check my power and make sure I'm still charging. There you go. I am charging. Good. Yeah, sorry. Every time I check it, the screen will freeze for a second. But I must check, otherwise I don't want to be cut off just like that. Yeah, so this is Leeds, guys. If you just joined us. We're outside Debenhams, E shop, O2 shop there, Marks and Spencer's, McDonald's is down there. We are on Brigate, just Brigate, all by itself, like Kirkgate is the cross on that side, and Commercial Street is the cross on that side. And this is Leeds. Little bit of a carnival atmosphere, something's going on over there. Yeah. We've got enforcement people here, so we need to look at that and back Lisa up, get ready to back her up. You know. And the thing is, they're getting itchy. Remember, the enforcement people are here to, you know, like talk about people dropping their litter and stuff like that. And I feel like, yeah, I think they're going to move on. They're going to let Lisa carry on. Or she is. And Mr. Dave Mannell is here. Give us a card! Oh, you got to take them drinks off her. I haven't seen you for ages. You okay? Got your glasses? I'm doing very well. This is our special guest. Don't know if you remember, she's been on the tour.
The mouse has arrived.
So part of the instrumental, our mouthpiece for the globe, the COVID Live tour, I should say. Lucy just did an amazing job on that.
Very happy.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Oh, I've been waiting for you for ages.
The train caught fire. Someone's train caught fire, so we were all ejected from the train.
Dear.
And well, in the end, I got a taxi.
So where have you come from?
Flew in from France last night.
Yes.
Stayed in Manchester last night. Got the train this morning.
That's how committed we are here on the Globe Live tour.
Off, drink a few ales and play bingo last night. And really get stuck into the tour.
Right. Oh, right. Oh, so good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Oh, awesome.
How's it going?
Yes, it's going.
And it's not raining.
Yeah. Come and see Lisa's over here.
I want to say hello.
Got to say hello to Lisa. So yes, this is Lucy. She was it on the Globe Live Euro Tour as well. There you go. Very much missed. Right. And you know, we've seen Keely as well. She joined us in Norwich.
Yeah.
You know?
She's not going to be able to get up here.
She's not. I don't know. I don't think so. She said she may and she may not.
Maybe she'll try.
Yes, it'd be good. I mean, we probably sort out a bed for her, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she can sleep. Me and her just slept on the floor, didn't we?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
Scotland.
Yeah. Well, just let you know, you've got a proper bed tonight. We've looked after you. Yeah, you're okay.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Very good.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you're with us tomorrow, aren't you? Preston
but
tomorrow.
I can't stay tomorrow.
No, that's fine. That's okay. What time are you leaving tomorrow?
I think we're trying to like 6.
Ah, it would have been nice here. Just a few hours later would have been nice. Because we're going to go off and have some dinner after.
I know, Spencer, but yeah, I got to see my sis.
No, it's fair
She's
enough.
off on holiday.
That's okay. Look, your family is more important than me. That's okay.
Family.
No. So, what do you think of this? This is. You want to see the crowds that Lisa is drawn in on this. Yeah,
That's work.
absolutely fantastic. For me, I think this is her best work. You know, she's had like 20 people all around her, and yeah, awesome. And then you know, she gets to engage with them because they're asking questions. What's all that about? Well, of course, then tell them.
It is. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really works.
Yeah, again, not very good. Yeah. It's really good.
Good work, Lisa. Right, I could go.
Yeah, go and say hello to people. So, yes, that's Lucy, special guest. He's captured a few people. Yeah, he's kind of talking about COVID. And there's Tony here. Tony's speaking to a few people, you know. No, we're waiting for someone else who's about to arrive as well. Yeah, you've met her before. Yeah. Yeah, meant to be here somewhere.
There's loads of cameras going on.
Yeah. Harry's interviewing someone at the moment, so.
Everyone's too busy working.
Yes.
Say hello.
Yeah, no, it's been really good here.
Yeah.
Very productive. I can't remember coming to Leeds before. I don't know.
Yes, because John said to me straight away, he said, Leeds, that was the place with the green. Do you remember that?
Oh, that's where we were.
That
Did Keeley get arrested that day?
That's what John said. I said, no, I don't think so, because that was Newcastle, wasn't it?
Right, but I remember we had problems trying to get the speaker and stuff there.
No, yeah. Because
The police were there, weren't
swooped
they?
in.
Yes.
They were all nicey, and then when we finished, they all swooped in, and I just kind of blanked them and didn't talk to them.
Yeah.
I think it was the next day, I think it was Newcastle they actually got us.
Yes. Okay.
Was it Newcastle?
Don't know. It all becomes a blur to me.
Yes.
So much went on. You know. Yes.
Where were we then? Kent Street?
Not sure. So we've got another guest coming, and we're waiting. Oh right, so Chris has taken someone down there as well. He's talking to them. Lisa has captured more people than all of us. This is a fantastic piece. Look at this.
Yeah, she had that line up the whole time for here and stuff. And it's good. Got to walk over it. Can't but stop, can you? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's good interaction today up to now.
Yeah. I've seen you all. You've all had someone.
I just went with Lucy, get some drinks and as well.
Yeah, awesome.
If you want a coffee, let me know. I'll grab you one as well.
Yeah.
George is round as well.
Yeah, thank you. All right, guys. Have you come across this before? Is it? I hope not too hilarious for you guys. Have you? I don't know if you've looked at these questions. Should be nice and easy to answer. So go for the first one. Any evidence to the distance to the sun? It's got to be an easy one, that.
I've never really awful enough a tape measure, to be honest.
So they say that it's meant to be 93 million miles away, but where's the evidence? Where's the supported evidence? How could we figure that out?
I feel like one of our people.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong people.
No, that's fine. That's okay. So I was hoping that you might have just stepped out of university or something. And,
Yeah, we're just on a day trip, yeah.
So yeah, there's other things. Any evidence of Earth-based axial rotation? So this is basically, is the Earth moving below us? Is that spinning around? We're on a globe, so it should be spinning around. Or are we stationary still, and the sky is moving around us?
it would make more sense that the Earth rotates in the sky.
Right, okay. It would do, but there's I don't know if you've ever heard of Aries failure. Aries failure. So it should be taught in all universities. He was, I think, one of the Queen's scientists and that. Okay.
Which Queen?
I think it's Victoria. I think it is.
Okay.
Okay, I think it is. I'm not sure. Don't hold me on that. You have to do your own research on that. I always say the person in the street, he can talk to you, but I might not have all the answers. But this is Aries failure, and he was discovering whether or not that question, is the Earth moving or is it the sky? They call it Aries failure because Earth is not moving.
Okay.
That's why they call it. They can't detect. They can't detect. Well, there is no sort of equipment that detects that the Earth is spinning around. So the reason that you know it's spinning around is because of NASA.
Yeah.
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 But when we look at the evidence that we are presented to us at NASA, we see lots of discrepancies. I don't know. You probably believe that we went to the moon.
No, I don't believe that.
Awesome. Why don't you believe that, though, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't know, I just think it's a bit weird that we went there 1, 2 times.
7 times we kind of went there. So, you know what I say? We went 7 times, and out of all of their missions, not one of them did that. Not one of them did that. That's a big red flag for me. It's little things like no blast crater underneath the LEM, there's the thing lifts off and the cameraman goes like that, and there's waving flags. There's no, I don't know if you've seen the moon landers whizzing around, kicking up dust and all sorts.
Yeah.
And then this thing hasn't even got a grain of dust on the lander's feet. Nothing. It's like someone went round afterwards, after they landed, and got a hoover and started hoovering it all up. It's very highly suspect. We never went to the moon. So how can we trust that these pictures from Earth, these photographs from Earth, when they even say on their site, they won't call them photographs, they are images, composite images they call them, and just realms of data. So there's another thing called a funny thing happened on the way to the moon, and that's, I think it was going to be a BBC documentary in that. You can watch it on YouTube. A funny thing happened on the way to the moon, and it shows you Michael Collins, Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong. It shows them inside the spaceship in low Earth orbit and that, and they put cardboard cut out over the window and show you the Earth.
What's being written on the floor, sorry?
It's a poem all about proving the globe. It's huge. So we're just asking people, with an open mind, okay, maybe look at that one, 200 proofs, Earth is not a spinning ball. With an open mind. I know it's difficult because we know that we live on a spinning ball. You were told, you were presented it as a child, and you believed it your entire life, and I bet you never challenged it, and I never challenged it. 45 years old, and then that's when I decided to challenge it. We've never challenged it. So that's a great video to watch, 200 proofs Earth is not a spinning ball. And then you'll hate it in the first 15 minutes because there's too much logic in there. It'll make a lot of sense. There is. It'll make a lot of sense. It'll probably give you a nosebleed. and then you may... But persist with it. 200 proofs, Earth is not a spinning ball. It's a fantastic piece.
What is the image about dinosaurs about?
Yeah, if you go to any museum in the world, any museum, and ask, can you present a full dinosaur? And they won't be able to. And if you say, well, that's a full dinosaur, and if you ask about it, they'll tell you that is made of like animal bone, chicken bone, or something all crushed together, plaster of Paris, all plaster. They don't have any dinosaurs in any museum in the world. There's none. If you ask them about that, they'll say, "Oh yeah, we've got the bones in a vault downstairs or something." They'll come up with some BS about that. But if you press them on that, and if you ever want to try and see a whole dinosaur, you will fail. You will see a large bone off something.
What's the one with the picture of the guy and all the food and stuff?
Well, it's about kind of if you think that we should be promoting health on our streets, but we have so much kind of like influence in our world, our governments and that, and our health departments. We've got McDonald's and Pizza Hut and all the other fast foods and all that. We shouldn't be eating any of this junk. None of it. There's kind of like built up an okay lies. You know, you're not really told lies that this is unhealthy, but we'll still push it your way anyway. And we kind of know it's not healthy. We know this, but we still go for it. Should be a government warning there, you know, just like cigarettes. You know, it should be. Don't eat this burger. It will, you know, be harmful for your health. There's so much more into it. I don't know if you looked in 9/11. I don't know if you believe the exact narrative.
9/11 was real.
9/11 happened.
Yeah, no, but do you think...
But I don't believe that the narrative. I don't know if you know, if you ever seen a bird strike on the front of an aeroplane, and it kind of like looks pretty messed up, doesn't it? Looks pretty. But if you look at the footage of that 9/11, you'll see it pass through. It goes through all that concrete, all of them steel beams, and the front of that plane is intact on the way out. So if you watch that footage again,
Jet fuel doesn't melt steel.
And jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams. Well, there you go. So you're halfway there. So we're suggesting that there was no planes, although we've seen planes on the TV. Controlled demolition.
Thank you for your time.
Nice talking. 200 proofs. Can you remember that for him? He's going to forget. 200 proofs. Cheers then. Thanks a lot. Okay. Oh wow. He gave that one to me. Jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams. Well done. It doesn't get hot enough, of course.
I was talking to him saying, no, it does. I know, my father's an architect. His father did everything.
All right, okay. So he passed all the evidence on to his father.
We being lied to?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't believe for a second that we live in this come by our, you know, world, and all our governments have our best interests at heart. I don't believe that for a second. Our government's lying to us, our countries are lying to us, the media spin, they're lying to us. So has that just started in the last couple of years or so, or has this been going on for a long time?
They're not about everything, they're lying about something.
Not about everything, I'll agree with that, of course they're not. They are lying to us about the moon landing.
Right.
So there's so much evidence, you know, like that suggests that we did not land on the moon. 7 missions. We never did this. Not one video of a 360 degree. Well, you can't. You've got the fourth wall. You know, in the Coronation Street set, you're not going to show the cameras and the sound people and that. So that never happened.
Are you sure?
No blast. I'm very sure, because you can't find any. No blast crater underneath that then. Whereas I don't know if you've seen the moon lander and all the videos and all that, kicking up loads of moon dust and all that, just driving along.
Where did they go? They didn't go to the moon.
So there's a great video for you. Are you okay on camera? I'll keep you away.
No, you're fine.
Like, yeah. If you look, a funny thing happened on the way to the moon. It shows you Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins and Neil Armstrong, and it shows them in low Earth orbit faking what looks like the Earth. What they do is, in their window, they're so close to Earth, so that obviously it doesn't look like a ball, a sphere, they're so close. So they create a cardboard cutout of a sphere, they put another piece of cardboard to create a terminator line, and we can see them doing it. Funny thing happened on the way to the moon, and they turn the lights off, they pull the camera away, and that's where they were at the time.
Have you seen Capricorn 1 then?
It's very similar stuff.
I love Capricorn 1.
It's very similar stuff. No.
Do you think we've been to Mars?
No.
Yeah?
No, it kind of, it defies like the law of thermodynamics.
What is the reason for the lies?
Right. I have to say I don't know.
So they can,
I don't know.
Is it so they can
don't know.
spend the money on something else?
I don't know. I think we do a lot of beliefs and a lot of, like I think, but no, I don't know. We haven't got the deceivers, the liars in court.
There'd be a reason, though.
Of course they will. But
I'm sure what I'm saying is, I'm sure that they would be a reason.
Yeah, but when we see a murder and all that, like we don't go straight for the reason or the, like why and all that. We have to solve, is it a murder in the first place? That's where we're at. We're trying to solve the murder. Has there been a murder? Is the shape of the Earth? Is it a globe or is it level and flat? Did we go to the moon? We're trying to solve these questions first. We'll get to the why and all that later.
By solving them, what do you think that would achieve?
I'm not sure yet. I know that we're being lied to. I know that we're uncovering we're uncovering lots of lies. I don't know if you were where you were on 9/11. How was you with that? Did you believe the narrative?
I know exactly where it was.
And did you believe the narrative, what was presented to us? I did. It took me a long time to see, to understand all the evidence. So
I think lots of things are lied to us about and advantages taken after the event, rather than something actually different to what we're told creates the event.
Okay.
It's like with COVID, for instance. There has been a nasty virus,
okay.
But a lot of the damage done by the virus has been done by mishandling.
Okay.
Okay. You can't say you put a ring around. It's a similar type of thing, isn't it? What we're talking about. You can't say that you put a protective ring around elderly people when you send 30,000 of them back to
home.
residential homes, and to say that we didn't have any we didn't have any tests. Well, you don't need to have tests. You just put them in a field hospital for a couple of weeks and then send them back home.
Yes.
You don't need tests.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of money. There's a lot of money gone missing. So I know there's been a virus. I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
Whether the vaccinations actually do protect us, as they say, I don't know. But sending people out on a rishy deal for cheaper meals. They eat out to help out. You know what I'm talking about. They eat out to help out, where the government discounted the meals. So we got cheaper meals. So they sort of caused 40-50 million people to socialise because they sent them out to restaurants eating cheaper meals.
Gotcha.
And the restaurant charged less and the government gave them back.
Yeah.
You don't do that in a pandemic.
Right.
But why did they? And here we are hoping Fishy Sunak is going to get back in, not me.
Yeah.
But, it doesn't matter what the face is, they'll just do the same again. But the fact of the matter is that it isn't normal to cause a nation to mix and socialise in the way that I saw it.
Yeah.
Okay, when you're in an official pandemic.
Yes.
Why is that never being questioned afterwards?
No.
Rishi Sunak's walking around with a tray.
Yeah.
Pretending to be the waiter and everything's fantastic, and we're in a pandemic.
Have you watched a thing called Event?
So there's something not right there.
Well, I was going to say, they originally had this scenario called Event 202, I think it was called, and they had a simulator on COVID.
Can I just say, that's not a conspiracy theory.
No.
This is a fact.
No, that isn't a conspiracy. This is a fact as well. You can watch it on YouTube. Quite a lot of the countries all got together and they created this simulator on coronavirus and had a simulator literally 6 months before we had COVID. So no, that isn't a conspiracy theory. Fact, that is. And the thing is, this was all funded by, I believe it was Bill Gates, Melinda Foundation and all of that. And
but why would these people that have enormous amounts of money want more? Why would they want more? They don't need more money.
Of course they don't.
The fact of the matter is that a lot of things that the government do, like the scare tactics, like, they talk about things on the media as if we've never had a fire before, as if this has never happened before, as if it's the hottest day, as it's always.
I know. Let's never go on holiday ever again.
It's all to draw concern, because
fear.
Because it controls. Fear controls.
Yes.
Just as much as money controls.
Yes. Yeah.
It's easier to control with fear than it is with money.
Well, I think
we
we can see the economy crashing. We can see the cryptocurrency that's crashing. Maybe our fiat currency.
I would never buy cryptocurrency unless I knew there actually was at the end of the chain, that actually at the start of it there was something there, because a lot of it doesn't have anything.
I think
nothing. And to be quite honest, there isn't really any money. We don't have gold. We don't have anything.
There you go.
We don't have any. There is no money.
There is nothing. There's nothing backed up.
There's no reason why we should be, certain people, certain sections of the community should be struggling, because people can't keep struggling like that without suffering terribly. Okay?
There's something else that's happening.
The government, the country, can quite happily be in debt.
Forever.
For eternity.
Yes, that's it.
It doesn't matter.
That's it. Right.
and
Because
we talk about we can't give too many rises because it will cause inflation.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean so? Giving people enough money to pay the bills and eat will cause inflation. That's just the back of the fact packet.
So you can see something's not right. You can see something's happening.
Something's all right, but these things, I've understood these things for many, many years. These things have gone on for many years. It's just the subject matter is different each time.
Well, they have these big think tanks and they discuss things like the Bilderberg Group. All of these companies, all connected to the Bilderberg Group. We've got like, the news media. I think it's like only 5 or 6 people in the world that own all the media. You know, like it's all connected back through that. Right, so you
I'm
can
not
see.
fooled by it. I can see through it. I don't
Yes.
need to think there's a conspiracy going on.
Well,
You know, I'm sure that there is something going on.
Yes.
But I don't need to. You know, I'm not fooled by any of this at all.
Yeah.
And the thing is that how can we have a democracy when government officials don't answer questions?
Because they're puppets and they're being led by someone
You
else.
see, that sounds to me like it's a possibility.
Yeah.
But all this voting that's going on, all this, the importance surrounding getting a new leader in for the Conservatives,
Yeah.
you know, it's just beyond Benny Hill.
Well,
you know, it's comedy at a much higher level than we've ever seen before.
Boris almost promised to us, I don't know if it was a promise, but he basically said, you know, like that we're not going to be going into another lockdown, okay? Now the removal of Boris, I think that promise is now out of the window now. So are we going into another lockdown this winter?
I don't think people will tolerate it.
I don't think they will.
I don't think
That
people
doesn't stop
tolerate
them doing it.
Do you know there was a film, and I can't remember the name of the film. I think I've got it on. It could even be VHS as well.
Okay.
Or DVD. And it's a film where everybody was told that you couldn't go out of a certain area.
Yeah.
Because of the nuclear, because there'd been a nuclear. There was terrible rays out there.
Yeah.
And then eventually these two people did.
Yes.
Took the helmets off and whatever. It turned out.
Yeah. A little bit like Logan's running back in there. Oh God, long time ago.
I don't remember that. No, but it's interesting. But I find it a mixture between comical and insulting.
Yes. Okay.
The way the media spin things. And
Yeah. Well done.
The Prime Minister's question times.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it's terrifying.
Yeah.
At the same time, to think that this is running the country.
Yeah.
It's joking.
Well, you know what? We look at things now and say, look, with what we can see of all the lies that are happening now, we'll put everything back on the table and let's re-examine it and we'll question everything again.
I don't think that you can have absolute honesty, but I don't think you can. I think you need a little bit of flexibility, but not flexibility that harms the nation and the planet in the way it's doing.
Yes.
You know, as for global warming, the reasons for global warming, you know, I think it's rather conceited that we on this planet take responsibility for causing what's going on. And I think that we're not quite as powerful as that.
Yes.
If you see where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
You know, yes, of course, if we do this, that will affect things in a certain way.
Yeah.
But, you know, climate change has been going on for billions of years.
That's right.
So I think that, you know, presuming and saying that we're doing this is actually doing two things. It's causing people to be concerned, but it's also
fear again.
It's also fear again, but it's also making out that the people that are telling you actually have some sort of control over the planet. And I don't think that's altogether true in the way that they spin.
What's happening at the moment? I don't know if you come across the World Economic Forum with Klaus Schwab. He's actually put an agenda for it, Agenda 2021, Agenda 2030. Okay, and he's now got all the world leaders basically in his pocket, and they've all come forward. Build back better. That comes from there. Build back better, and you've seen how many leaders that have come forward, and they're saying that. This is Klaus Schwab. He says on the record, "You'll own nothing and you'll be happy." Basically, that we're coming into social credit scoring. We've seen it in China. It's definitely coming over here. These are the guys that are pushing it. You didn't elect him. I didn't elect him, but these have got people like, they've got Boris there, he's connected with Boris, Prince Charles, and all other Justin Trudeau, all other world leaders. They're all connected to this guy here. And he's the man that we need to be looking into, watching out for. He's from the Klaus Schwab from the World Economic Forum. We think right now fiat currency is going to collapse. And once that collapses, they're going to put in their own digital currency to collapse the rest of all the other digital currency. We will have a world currency, a digital currency, and if you're a good boy, you can keep your currency and all that. Yeah. But if you're like me on the street and I start speaking out against it, they're just going to switch my bank off.
There is this conspiracy theory, yes, there is. And what's going to happen with Putin then, do you think? What's happening there?
I think he's all part of the puppet system as well.
I don't personally think that Putin gives a damn about anybody's life, including his own people, the people that are supposedly being killed in the Donbass over the years, and of course the general Ukrainian people. I think that he's in there for reasons that are not reasons of war, more reasons of control. There's two different things there.
Right.
There's two different things, by going in there and doing it. Look how he's got look how he's got Europe all going. Look what he's caused to happen.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah.
So, I don't think, I think it's terrible.
Yeah.
I think it's horrendous.
Yeah.
Personally, I hate what he's doing.
Yeah.
Right.
But
I
mean,
think there's a lot more to it than
there is a lot more to it. I mean, Ukraine were always, fighting and killing their own people a long time before Putin come in.
The thing is that there's always issues. Look at the issues we have with Northern Ireland.
Yes.
But we don't have, another country invading and saying, well,
Yeah.
we suddenly recognise Northern Ireland as part of us.
Yeah.
And we're going to stop it.
Yeah.
You can't just interfere in another country's.
I don't think it's a bigger problem as we think. I think these guys here are media spin. I think they're sensationalising it and blowing it all up and making it even bigger than what it really is.
What I'm saying is in some ways, back to the fact packet as we call it.
Yes.
I'm not an expert, but I do very much, if I can keep my trend of mind of thinking here, I do very much think that all the separatists in going back to Ukraine and the Donbass, the separatists that were there, were doing a specific things. They were causing trouble, because I'm sure a lot of those people that were there in the Donbass, who was providing those people. When I said this on YouTube, somebody didn't quite understand.
Right.
All the people that are complaining, we want to, why don't they go and live in Russia?
Yeah.
Who are the people that are providing them with all, the infrastructure,
Right.
pensions,
Right.
with anything that they get?
Yeah.
Who takes the bins away? With everything?
Yeah.
No doubt it was the Ukrainian government.
Yeah.
So who was supporting them in
Yeah.
whatever ways they were entitled to?
Yeah.
Which Ukraine?
Yeah.
Do you see?
Yeah.
And if these people don't like it, then Putin should say, right, well, come and live in Russia.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, if you feel safer, come and live in Russia. It's all very silly.
So something
very
more.
tragic as well. Very tragic.
I'm suspecting. Well, I hate all war. I think it's ridiculous. But anyway, I suspect that the World Economic Forum, these are pulling the strings all around the world. We're blaming our petrol prices, our economy, and everything all on Ukraine and what's happening over there.
That's another thing, if I may interject, if
Yes.
possible, is that there's certain things that people don't look into enough, and they should do, and that is the price of part of the reason why the price of fuel,
Yes.
petrol, gas, electricity is
Yeah.
so high. Part of the reason is because the government is charging VAT and duty on the higher
There you go.
price.
Nothing to do with Ukraine.
So well, but I think that's the supply elements, and I think it takes a while before that actually kicks in.
Right.
But the point I'm making is, there's no point the government stood there and saying, we're terrible. We'll have to get through this. We understand how difficult it is for people. They are part of the problem.
They are.
They are getting duty,
Yeah.
VAT and tax
Yeah.
on energies that they wouldn't normally be getting.
That's right. Yes.
So why are they not saying, well, I'll tell you what, we'll cap the VAT and duty, we'll cap the VAT, we'll cap
What
the
we
duty
would have had
at
anyway.
what we would have had,
Yeah.
and leave that higher amount. So in other words, it's not
Yeah.
attracting VAT on gas, electricity,
Yeah.
and it's not attracting duty on the higher amount of the
Yeah.
wholesale higher amount of
Yeah.
petrol. But no.
I'm sorry.
They are
I'm sorry. You're making far too much common sense.
They're taking
Yeah.
on something they
course.
wouldn't normally get, and what they should
Yeah,
be
yeah,
taking.
yeah.
Why are they doing it?
Yes. Another conspiracy theory.
It's not a conspiracy, it's a fact.
It is a fact.
It's
what's
not a
happening,
it's not a
but
conspiracy theory.
why?
It's very simple mathematics.
Yeah, of course.
Very, very simple mathematics. There's no point them, empathising, we'll have to get we, Rishi Sunak,
Yeah.
we, I love the
Yeah,
way
yeah,
you
yeah.
use this over the we. It's just simple mathematics.
Can I ask one thing of you? I know it might be a little bit difficult, and you probably heard this word, conspiracy theories. We're putting it down. It's a CIA. It's a weaponized word. Conspiracy theories. Well, of course, there's lots of conspiracy theories. Doesn't mean to say that they're not real.
Some are conspiracy.
Yeah.
And I don't think any more than that. But some are just blatantly obvious.
Right, there you go.
The last one I've just said.
Can I just ask you to put a lot more back on the table and start questioning a lot more than
all
what
the time,
you
but not
do.
to the point where I'm going to make myself ill. Because
Right.
there are some things that we don't. There are some things. If you can't do anything about it,
Yes.
right, then you
Yes.
should sometimes just accept.
Okay.
Right? But if you can make a difference
Yes.
legally,
Okay.
then I should think it should make a difference.
That's fair enough. What's your first name?
Hayden, and what's yours?
Aidan. Jason.
Nice
Really
to
nice
meet you,
talking
Jason.
to
Where
you.
are you from?
I'm actually from Devon.
Oh, right.
Devon.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah. You can watch that. That's on my YouTube channel, Jason of the Disbury family. I haven't on me at the moment. No, we've given them all away. We're on the last. We've got 2 more days of our tour. I mean, you can put that into YouTube. Jason, have you got? You haven't got a pen, have you? In fact, put it on YouTube, and it'd be interesting to see what people say.
Where do I send the bill?
There you go. So if you put so on your search, Jason of the Disbury family.
Disbury family.
Yeah. And you should see a yellow crest there of the. There you go. That's him. That's him
So I'll
there.
subscribe.
Yep. And you can see that
So I'll
later.
remember afterwards.
Well,
I'll
it'd
like
be
to
interesting for you to look at the chat and just see what people think. And
absolutely
that.
fine.
You
It'll be
know.
interesting.
I've held back just a little bit because I can see that we will have a lot of difference of opinions. So I've held back just a little bit.
I think on the things that are obvious, like
Yeah.
the price.
Yes.
There's no need for it to be that.
No.
Those things, there's no need to hold back on. I think
Yes.
people need to. I think they will maybe encourage people to think there's a conspiracy theory about something more than they need to as a distraction from
Okay.
the very obvious thing.
Yes. All right. It's nice talking to you.
Take care.
Yeah. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Okay, so that was respectful. Yes, I did hold back on quite a bit. I can, and he'll see me. He'll watch this and he'll see my thoughts on that. I didn't want to talk too much about COVID. He made it very clear on what he thinks, and I'm not here on the street for confrontation. I'm really more here for this. You know, like that's what I'm here for. We didn't do an awful lot of that, but he knows a little bit of the subject of Ukraine and Russia and that. He probably knows a lot more. I know that it's not what it seems, but it seems like he's got a little bit more information than me anyway, so that's okay. I can't know everything, guys. I don't know everything. That's the beautiful part about all of this. We're all on a journey. We're all learning little bits. But no, I enjoyed talking to him. He's an interesting guy. That was really good. Are you in there?
Are you part?
I'm part of this.
Right. The one question now.
Yeah.
Why do we have the 7/7 bombings, JFK and the Twin Towers up on there?
Yeah. So if I ask you, do you believe in the narrative of that, what was presented to us?
Very much so.
You do? I did. I believed it wholeheartedly. I'm there with you. I seen it live on TV. I seen them playing it, and I was shocked, and my emotions got the better of me, and I was outraged, and I said, "Oh, let's go to war! Let's kill them all, whoever that is." And I felt like that. Emotions are running high. If we reanalyze the footage of this, you'll see planes going through it. Okay, and I don't know if you've ever seen a bird strike on the front of an aeroplane. It really messes up the front of an aeroplane, just birds. But these planes went right the way through all of this, concrete, all the way through all the floors of concrete, all the way through all the big steel girders, and then you see this plane, the front intact, exiting the building. Exiting intact with no damage to the nose whatsoever. Now you'd have to agree with me, that's impossible. A bird strike, and yet this with no damage went through steel girders and then through the lift shaft and more steel girders and all this concrete and no damage to the front cone of it. That's a bit suspect, that is. So let me take it one step further. In the report, two buildings were struck by 2 planes, but 3 buildings fell down. Okay. In the report, they never mentioned the 3rd building. It's called Building 7. It's never mentioned. It never got struck by any aircraft. It never got struck by any debris. It never went on fire. And yet it had a controlled demolition exactly the same as these controlled demolitions. They didn't fall over, didn't go this way, they imploded and went down. There's a great website called, I think it's 911noplaneshoax.com or something. I'll give you, if you want, I'll get you a leaflet on it. But there's more questions to have on 9/11. There's a great video on YouTube called The Ripple Effect. There's lots of questions. When that happened, they had an exercise exactly the same morning about terrorism in London. Exactly the same morning. Coincidentally, he's had a exercise the same morning on 9/11, a terrorism exercise the same morning, literally just down the road on the pier.
What does JFK assassination have to do with all of this?
Well, it's what we call false flags. False flags, that's what it all is. It's kind of like bringing it all together, and yes, people died in that building. That's part of the narrative. People died on here. That's real. That happened. But who actually did this? Are these like a mad bomber or a lone shooter? Or is it like government agencies or or cabals or was it that? So we automatically, like you, I 100%. I tell you, I watched them planes come down. I believed it wholeheartedly. I couldn't wait to go to war and kill everyone. I was so emotionally involved in it and charged. But you go back and check that footage, and if you see that plane come back out, ask why. It didn't happen. There's so much more to it. And it's the same with a world of lies and a media spin. Do we really believe that our governments and countries that we live in this come by our world and they've all got our best interests and they're looking after us? No, they're lying through their teeth, and we can show so much evidence for that. Yeah, that's what all that's about. And then we get onto this. This is about the shape of our Earth. When you were a child, you guys, you know that you lived on a sphere, a ball. You know this 100%. You were shown that globe was in your classroom and you believed it. And up until right now, this day, if I ask you, and be honest with yourselves, did you ever challenge it? Did you ever ask questions and challenge it? I never. Up until 45 years of age, never challenged it once. But we know because we've seen photographs from space. I've never been to space, but we've seen photographs. You go and ask NASA and they'll show you that they've never presented not one photograph. They've got composite images of Earth. This is data, pictures, all joined together, and then they form what we would call an image. You know Photoshop, you know CGI. This guy here, that guy there, Robert Sims, he actually works for NASA on the graphics design department. He actually admits and tells us and explains how they put the layering, they put the phytoplankton layering on, then the clouds and the waters and all that. They put all that together and create the Earth and present it to us. Well, it's our photographs of Earth. So at school, we didn't have the ability to critically think for ourselves, so ask questions. We believed wholeheartedly that we live on a spinning ball Earth, but we never questioned it. NASA has never presented any actual photographs. They've got a Himawari satellite, I think it's about 9 million miles out, so they claim, and that's meant to take a photograph of Earth, an image of Earth all the time. I think it's every 10 minutes or so. But we've put them through a forensic analyzer, and we've analysed them, and yeah, they're just Photoshop images. They're not real photographs or anything. They're just... We're saying that in today's world right now, there's a lot of lies. Did it all happen in the last couple of years, or is our science and education, have they been lying to us for a long, long time? And no, I'm not saying or suggesting that science is bollocks. There's some truthful, like in every sort of like lot of truth, they'll throw some lies as well. So we're saying, guys, question everything. Question it. Ask your teacher. Go and ask. Are you still at school? College. Yeah, college. Ask your college professors or teachers and that, and say, can you prove the existence of gravity? Just ask them that. They'll talk about Sir Isaac Newton's gravity, and then they'll talk about Einstein's gravity.
Do you not believe in gravity?
No.
Do you believe the world is real?
No, you keep throwing that. Believe. So that's what we've been doing. We've been indoctrinated at school to believe things without investigation. I know things or I don't know things. I used to believe in Santa Claus, the globe and the tooth fairy. I believed. But now I either know something or I don't know something. And we must be comfortable with I don't know.
Because if you've never been to space and never seen the Earth,
You can't go to space.
then how do you know the Earth?
Because we can see land far too far. We can see land over 100 miles away. Right on the beach, we can look at with infrared technology on cameras and we can zoom in and we can see land. You're not meant to see that land. If you stand in Calais, on the beach of Calais, and look at the White Cliffs of Dover, I guarantee you'll see a lot of it. In its entirety, you'll see all of it. You're only meant to see 50 feet of the highest peak, but you'll get to see it all.
Yeah,
And then at that point, you need to ask questions. Why?
Yeah, but say I've been all around the world.
Okay.
I've been to like Mexico, Cuba, places like that. You stand on the beach at sunset or
Yeah.
sunrise or midday, you can literally see
The curvature.
Curvature of the Earth,
Yeah.
which proves the Earth must be round.
There you go. Right. So there's I don't know if you know or heard of Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
Okay. So Neil deGrasse Tyson says, like when Felix Baumgartner went into the edge of space, and he jumped down, he said he can't see the curvature. That stuff is flat. That's his words. That's his quote. You cannot see the curvature from that close, at that height. Okay. But here on Earth, why do we think that we're seeing the curvature? Could there be another reason? And I'll explain what that reason is. If I can see 10 miles and I put my finger, so the horizon is at 10 miles at my finger, and I look over there, 10 miles is at the edge of my finger, and I look over there, 10 miles is at the edge of my finger, I'm actually creating an arc. So now my brain's seeing this arc and I'm saying I can see the curvature. I'm not seeing the curvature. It is a straight horizon, but my brain is seeing this arc because I can see 10 miles, I can see 10 miles, I can see 10 miles. If I draw that's an arc, that's a circle. Does that kind of make sense? If you go in an aeroplane, I guess the same thing's happening, but you've also got two panes of glass on the fuselage of the window to do with the pressure. You'll find sometimes a lot of the airplanes got a little hole there. They also the pressure kind of the window moves. You may be seeing a curvature through that, but I think it's more to do with this. I think that's what it is. We've got so many pilots that are in the front seat, and you ask them, "Is Earth flat? Does it look? Can you see the curvature?" They can't see the curvature. They're on the front seat, but they can't see it. Time zones, yeah, it's really easy. It's which one would be better to describe it? Probably on my phone, actually. Maybe I could show you on my other phone. Time zone. Are you okay for a couple of seconds? This is called the Flat Earth Sun and Moon Zodiac Clock, and all this whole time I haven't got it out once, and I should do because it's fascinating. Sun and Moon and Zodiac Clock. And it is meant to be on there, and it's not there. Why can't I see it? Oh, it's there, sorry. It's there. So if I put on, I don't know if you can see that picture, I'll try and get in a little bit closer for you, but if I press a particular button, oops, let me turn that one off, and we'll try, it's that one there. That's going, I'll do it a bit faster. There you go. So you can see where the sun's coming in. The sun's roughly around on the, is that the Tropic of Cancer or? Yeah, that could be the Tropic of Cancer. And then it'll start in our summer, it will come closer and closer and closer to the Tropic of Cancer. And then in our winter, this sun will go further and further away to the Tropic of Capricorn. And then the opposite happens in Australia. Their winter will be our summer. Our summer will be their winter. And that's all it's doing. It's just going round and round. So we can't see the sun forever through atmospheric conditions. And we're saying that the sun is a lot smaller. It's a lot closer, more local. It kind of acts like this, a lot smaller, a lot local. It would only show up as, like a torch beam. If I had a torch beam and put it there, it wouldn't light up the entire street. Okay, and because of atmosphere, perspective, it's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. It's going to be, like in the swimming pool, if I put my hand out, I can see my hand here, but at the end of the swimming pool, I can't see you at the end of the swimming pool. It's just, there's too much cloud in between, like put lots of planes of glass in front of you. I'm sorry, I'll have an answer to everything, and it'll bloody annoy the hell out of you guys, and I'm so sorry.
I still get it.
No, yes,
Right,
I don't get it.
If you
I don't get
say
it.
you know something or you don't know something, how do you know that's true?
Well-
are you religious?
I'm not. I'm agnostic.
You're agnostic, okay, so
I think
how do you
it's
know that?
yeah. How do I know that?
I don't believe in a God.
No.
I'm spiritual. I believe in rocks.
Okay.
But, like, how do I know that actually?
Okay. So, if you are atheist, you've got no proof that there is no God. Would you accept that? But if you believe in God, you've got no proof that you believe in God, or that it's kind of faith-based. It's a connection. But that's where I lie, is I sit right on the fence, because that's what agnostic means that you have to be comfortable with saying, I don't know. Because in this world, if you think about of 100% of all the knowledge in this world, maybe you guys know 1%. Because I'm guaranteed I only know 1%. There's 99% of it all you don't know. I don't know. So you have to be comfortable with saying, I don't know. Have to be.
Why are you saying about this that you know?
Because I can see land far too far. So that's a mathematical observation that we can calculate for ourselves. If I see land over 100 miles, look at this. This 100 miles, the land should be over 6,000 feet high. There's people that have got, the longest distance photograph is about 300 miles. And like 300 miles, it should be, 11 miles high. And yet we can see land this far. We've got radar that can see, bounce off aircraft over 200 miles. And yet it's over 200 miles, that's 26,000 feet. And yet they're fairly low, and yet we can see them. Radar can see it, and radar works by line of sight. It doesn't go around corners and then bring that information back over the curvature of the Earth. So that's why I know something. I know that the Earth is level and flat. It has to be. That's the way radar works. It's the way micromillimeter works. We've got micromillimeter, telecommunication things that only work precision, like laser guided line of sight. And we got these things that can work over 200 miles. It's not possible. We live on a ball. It's meant to be like, so much of a hump of the curvature of the Earth that stops that. But we can see that. Go on.
I can believe all of this stuff.
Say I don't know, or I do know.
The one that I don't guess is the pharmacy. And I know your exact answer to that is more than likely going to be about the placebo effect, stuff about that. But a lot of my family's on medication.
Yeah.
And they've gone through placebos.
And are they curing them, or are they just keeping them going and more medication and more medication?
It helps them a lot with other things.
Yeah.
Like I've got family members that are on antidepressant pills.
Because I know so many people have died over a long time. My mum died a few years back, and that she had 80 lots of tablets that she had to take on a daily basis. That's a customer. They never cured her. That's a customer.
Yeah, but like the NHS, they take national insurance, sure, but we're not paying for our tablets.
No, but this is about the whole world. This isn't just about us in this UK.
It's not a customer. It's a lot of pills cure things.
Okay.
A lot of pills. I've been on pills that cure things.
Okay.
Calpol as a kid, that will cure most things.
Well, look into statins. Look into statins. That's given to a lot of people these days and all that, and see what damage statins cause. So look into statins. Look into. Oh, there's so much more. I would say statin, maybe cholesterol. Look into cholesterol and look at. There's so much more. Do you remember the 100% of all the knowledge that we know? Maybe that. I'm telling you guys. Put everything back on the table. Start investigating things that concern you, that you're interested in. You might be, as I say, you've got family members that are a little bit poorly and that they're in need of help. Research it. Look into it.
Would you take natural drugs?
Sorry?
Would you take natural drugs?
Yes. More so.
How do you know that?
Because of the harm effect, sort of thing. See, I take I keep my immune system healthy. I boost with like lots of vitamins. I drink distilled water. I don't know if you've looked into water.
Vitamins, you boost with it. You're being a customer to all these companies that are making vitamins out.
I don't deny that's a customer. So yeah, there's that as well. But there's So sorry, I forgot my line of thought. What was you saying?
Natural drugs.
Natural drugs and that.
How do you know that that's How do you know that?
Yeah.
Surely they're natural.
Yeah, I mean, like this guy here. I mean, like he eats nettles and dandelions and all sorts, and he's a picture of health, and he's never poorly, never ill, and if you do some research on that, you'll see that so many people go the natural way. So many people. Yes, I don't know 100%. That has to be in the 99% of the things that I haven't learnt fully yet. But it makes sense enough to question, yes? But we don't. We don't know. That's. Well, I'm here, and I do know that. I'm a physical person. I know you're here. You could touch me. You could smell me. You can see me. That's what our senses are for. And then, yeah. That's.
Hang on, you're saying that with the Twin Towers thing,
Okay.
it goes back into, say, whatever you think it might be a hologram.
I don't believe that.
What do you believe this plane is then, with it coming off?
There wasn't a plane.
What do you think a hologram?
No, I haven't said that at all. No.
Do you believe that
There was no planes.
you saw was with the
Oh, it was just TV CGI, wasn't it?
You think it's just...
Oh, yeah, there's lots of people on the ground that have said they haven't seen any planes. There was no record, no wreckage. Where's the wreckage? There's no plane wreckage of a plane. It just disintegrated into dust.
So is that
Dust.
every terrorist attack?
Concrete and steel, but that was all there, but the plane turned into dust. No person who's asking questions is ever going to believe that, ever.
Do you think that was every terrorist?
No, I don't.
Just when it was.
Well, that's
Government building even is kind of like Twin Towers even a government?
no, it's lots of individual businesses and offices and all
I
sorts.
can understand JFK. I looked into JFK and I think that's
Okay.
but not because it's a conspiracy theory, because I just don't think it's security protected.
Okay.
But 7/7, how much?
Yeah, look at the ripple effect. You'll get more answers out of that than me. I don't know much about the 77.
In the buildings of the Twin Towers, on the underground.
Okay, what about them? What about
They saw evidence. How can you prove that?
So the things that we've been presented on TV, they'll have like government agents and all that. They'll be the actors. I don't know if you've heard of what are they called? What's it called? What's the name? Actors, like false flag actors, crisis actors. Sorry, I couldn't think of the name. So there is companies all over the world that produce crisis actors. And they'll go around with like blood and all that all over their heads and all that, and you'll see these same people in other crisis situations. And we've seen that, we've proved that, we've shown people, he's dead, but he's here. We've seen lots of things like that. Start asking questions, guys. That's what we're here to invoke, to drop a seed on the floor and say to you guys, start asking questions. Let me take you to 200 proofs Earth is not a spinning ball. Give that a go, guys. It's going to be an hour and a half, 2 hours of your entire life for you to ask more questions about. That's all. You're not meant to believe anything of a guy on the street. You're meant to be. It could be scamming you for whatever. I mean, I haven't asked for your credit card details yet, by the way, but that's coming later. Hang on. 200 proofs Earth is not a spinning ball. Give it a go. Start asking questions about your entire world, everything that's presented to you.
Right, well, I've just spotted the gender equality thing down there.
Which one's that?
We'll start with there.
The agenda.
Yeah, equality one.
Equality?
Yeah, fifth one and the second one up.
Oh, it's on there, is it? That's part of the World Economic Forum, Agenda 2021, Agenda 2030. That is on their website.
So about fixing this stuff.
Well, what they're going to do, they're going to crash the economy. They are in the middle. You've got people like Boris is involved in that, Prince Charles involved, Justin Trudeau, and all other all other world leaders. They've all signed up to this great reset that's we are within the Great Reset now. You must have noticed that things are happening. Fuel prices going up, and food shortages, and all sorts is happening right now.
So that's about
it's all about this. All about this. They're going to crash the economy. The digital currency is going to crash. They're going to get.
Not on there because you're with it.
No. Of course not. No, we're highlighting this to people for you to look into yourself. You know, like he says that he's on the record. You'll own nothing and be happy. So we're going to be social credit scoring people. I don't know if you've seen that. That's happening in China right now. Whereas you've got social credit score, they're going to control. You're going to have a one world digital currency. You know, like so that if you're good people and you're on your social credit score, nothing will happen to you. But me on the street, if I speak out of turn like this, they'll just switch my bank off. Switch me off.
I don't agree with that statement.
No, it's disgusting. So look into it. That's all to do with them. You know, guys, it's nice talking to you. You know, question everything and remember that. Who's got the best memory out of you two? Right, you. 200 proofs there to sort of spin the ball. Have a little laugh over it. Have a little joke over it. Or do you know what the word debunk? If they comes up with a few things, it'll give you a nosebleed. You know, thinking about it. But debunk it. All right, guys. Nice talking to you. Cool. I hope you can see that. I had a different screen on my phone. I'm not sure. Fingers crossed that they'll look at 200 proofs. All right, let's have a little look. See, how are you doing, Lucy? Yeah. Have you had any conversations? Yeah. I've been too busy to notice, but awesome. I'm going to start handing my phone around to people. Do you want to hold my phone and start? Right. So I'm handing you over to Lucy. Lucy's going to have a chat to you, and so this is Lucy. Her. There you go.
Blah blah blah. Okay.
And I put that back in. I'm a bit worried that you might not have enough power. There you go.
Take that leaflet from me.
Chairman doesn't want to be filmed.
Excuse me, sorry, it was just pointing around randomly. Let's go and look around. Hello, Nora.
What's your name?
Lucy. This is Lisa's work.
One of the UK one area of that debate that is now cannot give me rating.
Hello. Vividness. Yes, Nora made it. Her train was late as well because of the train that caught on fire. It's chaos. Chaos, I tell you. Hi, Dave. Trying to catch a conversation. That man doesn't want to be filmed.
Not recording.
Oh, you don't mind?
So who's here? We've got Dave, we've got Harry, we've got Lisa, Nora, this light paper guy here. What was your name, sorry? Nick. Sorry, somebody's asking who's here. So we've had a good day, haven't we?
Yeah, it's been brilliant.
I don't know everybody's names, I must confess.
How's this going?
quite a team. It's Jason's Facebook.
Oh, you've got that from his YouTube, have you?
He's
So, Nick, or Vagabond, as people might know him. So
yeah.
Spend a bit of truth. Good reception so far, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, it's been a good day so far.
Lots of people don't know about this. So, giving me contact details, and we're already going out around about Leeds. Another 2 shops are going to get some more off me. So,
yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic work. It's a dedicated Leeds man there. And wanted to buy everybody a coffee. How many are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and Jason somewhere. So there's 9 of us. 9 nutters in the street.
not one tin foil that between us.
Roll up. The crazies are here. The globe botherers. But yeah, it's difficult to sneak in on people's conversations because they don't want to be filmed. Hello, Astral Thief. He's called Chris. Oh yeah, that's right. I do know him. I'm a bit rubbish with people's names. Yay, buy the coffees. We'll all get hyper.
Because we would feel these, that means you can induce from that, you can deduce from that we are not moving. Because you don't feel it.
Got it.
I feel a bit overwhelmed.
I was kind of filming Nora, I was trying not to get you. So I'm getting chucked out of everywhere. I'm like the rubbishest cameraman ever. Right, I'm just going to look at the posters. It's fine, no worries. I'm pointing somewhere else. Lower the phone and record the audio if they don't want to be on camera. Okay. I'm going to think I'm filming their arses or something.
And then you go and look. Now you can look at the statistics about deep dive. And it's less than that in 2010.
I'm lowering the camera.
There's no fact, and this is for the whole year.
That was a nice view.
Yeah, I got all Leighton bones very early on.
Well, some great fashions going on. Flip the camera on myself. Oh, get a grip, I'm not doing that. Bonjour, bonjour.
You can download all the back copies direct from the website free of charge.
All right, okay.
On PDF format.
Thank you.
Okay. More people that know what's going on, but don't quite get the point.
No, well, this might be just going a bit too far. They might just explode their brains. We like doing that. Some people talk through so they believe they live on a... Yeah, we know. Bless them. They can't help it, can they?
Easily proven. The globe model doesn't make sense. We've been shorted since we were this high. It's been rammed down our necks, but nothing makes sense. You can see further than you should be able to see.
But if you want it to work the way they were saying things,
Sorry?
if you want it to happen the way they were taking pictures about
What is going to happen?
Yeah, well, what's going to happen in the future is that Klaus Schwab, this man here, the World Economic Forum, and all these globalist mates, and all the big corporations, are going to control everybody in the world. Yeah.
That way, I think I can.
Have a read of that. An unelected leader of the World Economic Forum. And they're pulling the strings of all the governments around the globe.
Who is he to say that?
Oh wow, look at that.
Who is he to say that? Who is he?
Coffees for everybody. So nice. Yes.
Within our atmosphere, all CO2 and all greenhouse gases and all coal that we're burning, because it's trapping the heat in and finding it back at Earth, while the sun is finding more heat.
How are you getting on with them? Are you talking to my crowd?
And eavesdrops, yes.
My
We've had
homies.
coffees bought for us and everything. But I did manage to get a wonderful cleavage.
Oh,
It
did
was
you?
Beautiful.
I never do that.
Someone said lower
That's
the
awful.
camera, and it was like,
Oh, you fell for that old trick, did you?
like a 19-year-old bouncing cleavage went by.
Oh.
Marvellous. And then we've got more coffee, so...
Oh, is that how we do it? Right, guys, tell me what you want. What do you want, guys?
Maybe I am a better cameraman.
Right, I'm just gonna check my battery level. Oh yeah, we are. We're still doing that.
I'm not good at eavesdropping because everybody's getting
No.
peed off. They don't like me.
That's
filming
right. It's a different atmosphere. I kind of like put this to the voice and joke show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very awkward.
Yeah, I didn't really get that.
No, that's okay. I'm going to go round and then we're going to do some more.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to read out some thank yous. Or should I do that later? I don't know. No, it's fine. I'll do it in a bit. Thank you so much. So I hope you've been nice to Lucy, you guys. All right, okay. We've got a conversation. Nora. I still haven't said hello to Nora. That was my other guest. So we'll have a chat to Nora in a second. I'm not sure if anyone else is... Oh, I don't want people walking on all of this. Right, look at it. It's huge, guys. Look at this. Nora, give me a cuddle. You alright?
Good. I'm just wandering around looking for flowers.
You're looking well. Yeah. So, have you been?
I'm ready for sun.
Yes, I've got my hot on for sun. So, how's you been?
Well, I was an hour on the train.
Yeah.
There was this fire.
Yeah. Oh, was you on the same one as Lucy?
No,
was
I
on?
was the one behind her.
Oh, right. Okay.
And so they kept us in the train for a long, long time.
Oh dear.
So yeah.
All right.
But I'm happy to be
That sounds like a conspiracy all by itself.
I actually thought that. I think she did too.
Yes. Trying to keep our special guest stars away.
Messing with us.
Yeah.
He's messing with us.
Yeah, so Nora's been on quite a few activism days with us. Did you ever go on one of the Globe tours?
Yeah, I was a few days in Italy.
Italy.
And in the Irish one with Mark Sargent.
Right, yeah. I was just trying to think because it all becomes a bit of a blur for me. There's so much that's gone on, isn't it?
And then I was at the final one in Leicester Square. Do you remember?
It's fantastic. That was enjoyed that. It was a good day. Yeah. So Nora's more of our, would I say, our mathematician? You do, because that's.
Maths in school, I disagree with some of the arguments about density and buoyancy replacing gravity as a force.
Yes, I remember all of that. Can we not have that discussion today, please? He's not. We see him tomorrow, we do. Oh, but you missed the wrong day. But it's nice seeing you anyway. Really is.
Conversations going?
Yes. Oh, we've had some fantastic conversations here today. I've still got to meet this gentleman here over there. I think he's talking more on the Great Reset. And
Who's on the chat?
who?
Oh, there's Hippie. Hi, Hippie.
Let's have a look. We've got Dr.
Dr. La.
Dr. La.
He's getting me a coffee.
Oh, is he?
He said.
FE4. Who else we got? Marcus
Thank you,
Aquarius.
Dr. La. I need it.
Who else we got? Steve Butland.
I want to meet Dr. La.
You are you?
I want to meet him. He's in like South Carolina with
And we
Karen
got
B, isn't he?
Vertec in that. Is he? I didn't know that.
Oh, hi, Vertec.
Right. Anyway, let's let me mingle.
She said somebody to talk to.
Yeah. Go and get him. So that's Nora. She's I think I seen her in Bath. Is one of the if I remember right, and she was having the most amazing conversation with someone in Bath, and it was all to do with maths and science and all that. And oh boy, can Nora hold her own on that side of things. She did a great job, fantastic job. I want to meet this gentleman here. Can I take you away a second?
Let's go.
I just wanted to meet you.
Nick, Vagabond.
Nick, Vagabond.
How you doing?
Oh, yeah. How's
We've met
things?
in London a few times, I think.
Have we?
Protest and that.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Brilliant turnout today.
Awesome. It's been good, isn't it? And I was just going to say, you haven't stopped.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yes. And is it mostly been on, like, it's on the other side, it's on that side that you've been talking about mostly?
Well, no, I mean, I've been trying to get the light paper out because
Yes.
obviously it's waking people up. And, you know,
Yes.
A lot of people are awake to what's going on.
Yeah.
They're not awake to the flat earth.
No. No.
Maybe for some people it's a step too far.
Well, that's why
Some people don't care.
this is a bridge. It's a bridge to it all.
I woke up to flat earth
Yes.
before everything else.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Right, okay.
So thanks, Darren. Through this, who
Yes.
woke me up
Yes,
10
yes.
years ago.
Is this month's?
Yeah, that's this month.
And that's oh God, look at it.
Our friend Klaus Schwab.
Yeah, yeah. How demonic Masonic is that? Eh? Dear me.
So yeah, so he's been going well. I've met a girl from Middleton in Leeds who's got 2 shops.
Okay.
She's got my number. She's going to be stocking this going forward. So,
Oh wow, wow,
yeah,
brilliant.
Good productive day.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing Darren next month. I think.
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah,
You
so
going to his party?
I am going to his party.
I'll see you there.
Oh right,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
awesome.
caravan.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I've had an invite. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, it should be good.
Yes.
Should be
All
good,
right.
but no, well done.
Yeah. Good. Your first name was?
It's Nick.
Nick.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can the seconds. I've got so much going on in my mind. You tell me your name and I've got to ask twice, 3 times. I'm so sorry.
All right, John.
Nick. Cheers. Thank you. I like him. Right, so that's Nick. Oh, she's really stuck in with a conversation there. That's awesome. I think she needs to get back and pretend to write because that's when all the crowds are. It's like because she's not writing. The writing is still there, but Jason, please ask if he has that paper online. Yes, I believe you can. You can get it online. It is. Let me ask Nick. Nick, that light paper, you can still get that online, can't you?
Yeah, just go to thelightpaper.co.uk.
Yes.
You can download all the previous copies free of charge in
Yeah.
PDF formats.
Yeah.
I mean, I started off a year and a half ago, just printed out the PDFs and handed that out.
Yes,
door to
yes,
door.
yes.
Yeah, so...
That's fantastic. You don't get that in France, do you? You should ask. We could send you that.
Yeah, I could do.
Get it sent. Yeah.
Get
We'll
group people
talk
together and
about
get a
that.
French copy.
Really?
Get it organised.
Oh, I see.
They got an Irish version, haven't they?
Yes,
So,
yes.
Why not get a French version?
That's right.
Just need the right people to do it, put it into place.
But I think there is a lot going on in France. There is a lot in terms of people getting their stuff together.
Yeah.
You know, the English speaking community, I'm not really sure whether I.
If that'll work over there. Yeah.
We get thrown out. Kicked out the village.
So there you go. Right, guys. I say Harry's just finishing a conversation there. We've got Tony he's in depth conversation over there. Chris, right. I think we're all having a go at there. I just been having a conversation to the guy in the caravan, and Chris is now having a go as well. So well done, Chris. Do you think by the end of the day he's got to look into it, hasn't he? So that'd be good. Thank you, Tapper, for that. Thank you, everybody that is helping with the channel. While it's a little tiny bit quiet, I want to read out a few bits. I just want to come over here a little bit. Might have a better signal. Hope the signal's been okay. I want to read out a few thank yous. If you've donated today on the Buy Me a Coffee, thank you so much. I don't know who you are yet, if you did, but thank you so much. Excellent footage. Awesome. Thank you. I'll just read out a few people. Stacey, thank you so much. Clive Albert, that is. David H. Matt. I'll get back to that person in a second. John Allen, Samantha, Gira, I think it is. Sra Bolter. Just Jack. All right. Okay. Martin. Thank you. Flat Earth Reloaded. Matt Flat Earth Reloaded. Yeah. Sorry. Authentic Intent by Josh Dean. Critical Inception. Effie Viking. Dr. LA. Liz the Iron Maiden. And Ben. Thank you at the bottom of my heart for all fantastic donations. So appreciate that. Yes, just amazing. I'm sure one or two of you may have donated elsewhere, and I don't know. I've only just written them out before. I want to thank you also, like Charlotte and Dave and Tony Whitcomb. Thank you so much, Tony. That was amazing what you did for us. Thank you so much. Julia Martin, they come out to see us in Nottingham. Thank you so much, Julie. Really appreciate all the cakes and all that you brought for us. So thank you so much, and all the lolly ices, Martin. That was a day that we desperately needed, all of them lolly ices. Thank you so much for that. Must say a big thank you to John Thor. He provided some accommodation for us. Looked after us so well. He even took us all out to dinner. So appreciate. Look, guys, subscribe to John Thor's channel. He is amazing. He is. I'm telling you, he is the next Hibbler Productions. He's getting better and better and better. He really is. Dave Murphy, we had at the beginning. Thank you so much, Dave. I am so sorry that you haven't, got back on the tour. I was really hoping that you'd be able to get back with us. It would have been great to have you here today, if not Preston and that. But I've got something else coming up very shortly, Dave. So I'll be in touch soon. Okay. So so much is happening at the moment. Barry, must give a big, huge, amazing thanks to Barry. Thank you so much, Barry. Barry is a stormtrooper. He goes to as many of these events as he possibly can. He bloody gets in the way sometimes. So Barry, this is my conversation. Leave off. It's mine. We don't butt into Barry's conversations, but he is, and he has a lot of conversations. He does bloody well. Well done, Barry. Ruben, thank you so much for coming out. Ruben has been instrumental on so much help and accommodation in the past. He's, I would say nearly every time I've gone to London, I just head for Ruben's. He's always looked after us. He's been absolutely amazing. So thank you so much, Ruben, and your lovely wife, Cynthia. Thank you so much. You're never not forgotten. Thank you so much. Adam Meakin come out. He is a force to be reckoned with. He came out on behalf of the Flat Earth debate with Nathan Oakley, and he gave us this fantastic banner here with these 9 questions. So thank you so much, Adam. Thank you so much, Nathan, for all the hard work that you do, and the rest of you. So we've got the Adam Meakin, 10th man, Quantum Eraser. He's amazing, Quantum Eraser. Nathan Oakley, Chocolate, say Ian, Neil Costini, can't read that, but you know you are. Thank you so much for all your Anthony Riley, Sleeping Warrior, Brian's Logic, and Arwin. These guys do an amazing job. If you're not subscribed to Flat Earth Debate, well, you ought to be, whether you're a globe believer or not. You know, like you ought to be. Nathan Oakley and Nathan Oakley 1980. Please subscribe and ring that bell and all of that business. Where was I? Simon. Simon from Norwich. Oh yeah, Simon's done. Helped out enormously with Dave and Andrea. Yes, thank you so much, Simon, for all your work. I must give a shout out to Lucy and Nora. Look, they're here. Lucy's come all the way from France just to be here for the last 2 days. That's how committed Lucy is. And then we've got Nora as well. So massive thanks to Nora for coming out. Did you? Awesome. So we've got Nora with us. Dean and Sarah. Sorry, I bet you I can't even bloody remember. Sarah, I think it is. Sarah, yes. Dean and Sarah. They come out with us. I think we were with Norwich and the one before Norwich, whether that was that Cambridge, was it? Dean is fantastic, isn't it? I don't know if you remember Dean. He is amazing. Next time, if we ever do something else, or next time we do something else, Dean is definitely one of our super activists. Be giving Dean a shout soon, definitely. Then we had Riz. Riz came out at Nottingham. Riz is phenomenal. He's very inspiring, Riz is. I first met him quite a while back on the Flat Earth tour. I immediately bonded to Riz. Riz is just, he's just so bloody likeable. I thoroughly enjoyed our conversations with Riz. He kind of opened my eyes to a few bits. I've got a great friendship with Riz. I like him so much. Anyway, so what we got is, Riz is, he does a lot with the COVID lies and that, so and all the protests and things. So Riz, thank you so much for being my mate. We've got who else we've got? We've got Leighton Stone. Thank you so much for your help. Chemo Spurs came out to see us, or his body double. It didn't quite look like Chemo. I think he's pulling a fast one. It just didn't look like him. It sounded like him, but I don't know who this was. But Chemo come out and he's fantastic. He connects really well with people, talking to people. Tapper came out to us in Coventry. His name's Stuart. Give a big thanks to Stuart. He's fantastic. He's one of the moderators there, Tapper. He looks after us so well. And then we've got, if I'm speaking about Tapper, then Ricardo. Ricardo is just, he's looked after us so well. Ricardo's a little bit heavy-handed sometimes, but he looks after these he gets rid of these trolls really well. So yeah, you just keep doing what you're doing, Ricardo. I'm fully in support, and if you spot a troll, kick his ass out. Thank you, Ricardo, for all your work, and anyone else that all the moderators. Thank you so much for all your efforts. It's very humbling that you're kind of looking after the channel, looking after us and that. Martin Leaker come out to see us in Cardiff, and his son. We must all thank Martin for all the hard work that he does. Full stop. He does. He's got his a channel called Flat Earth British. Make sure you subscribe to that. It's a great channel. A lot of it is all about our ancient history and some Tartaria, mud floods and lots of other things than that. But it's Flat Earth British. We had Matt from Cambridge. Matt came from Cambridge, and this guy here must thank you. This guy as well, Tony Dixon. He is. He's trying to convert flat earthers. That's what Barry does. Barry does that. And then we've got who haven't I said? Yeah, I think it's worth a mention and a thank you. Thank you, Gem Panda, for coming out. We need some globies and or globe heads, whatever you want to call them, insult them with, whatever. I do it in an affectionate way because, you know, I'm glad that we've got people coming out and keep us on our toes. And all it does is strengthen our arguments. You know, like our answers. So keep doing that. Get yourself, you guys, you know, like if there's any of you globies, you know, like get back into Nathan Oakley's channel and challenge him. You the guys that are strengthening all of our answers, and that's fine. That's what it's meant to be all about. Who haven't I said thank you to? Oh, Charlotte and Dave. I'm not sure if I did, but thank you so much, Charlotte and Dave, for coming out. Right. Oh, and all the people from the Wolverhampton. What was it called? Why have I forgotten that again? All the people from Wolverhampton, thank you so much for inviting us into your meeting. And it was it's great to see how things are properly done. You guys have fantastic, amazing. That's it. And all you guys that have donated that I haven't mentioned, thank you so much, and you guys for just being here. Thank you so much. There you go. I'm done. I've said thank you to you all. Yes, I forgot. I've run out of things to say now. I've thanked everybody. I think I think Lisa was trying to get I've thanked everyone. Oh, I must thank Sven as well. I thanked everyone, but I must thank Sven as well. Awesome. But yeah, no.
Thank you, lot. Thank you to everybody, because without you guys, this ain't possible.
Yeah.
And we don't have to try to do it.
Yeah.
You can do it for yourselves, but this is just great. I'd love to do it again. I wonder if that's ever going to happen.
We'll see. That was a hint. Yes. Right. So I've just been thanking people. Yes. So we must thank Harry as well for putting all his hard work, all his hard effort involved in all this. And remember to subscribe and ring that notification. He doesn't show his interviews and all that on his channel. What you'll get is a link to Odyssey and Rumble, and you'll see some great interviews. So
thank you very much, Justin.
Yeah. Do you want to hold this for a second?
Well, I've just got to go to speak to the show. Can you come back to us?
No problem. Cheers, Harry. Right, who else haven't we seen? I think we've done it. We've thanked everyone. I have. If you've commented and all that, sorry, I haven't read any because let's have a quick look. Yeah, legend. Anyway, you look. Harry's fantastic. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. LA. Thanks very much. Can you read Lisa's poem? Oh, really? Oh, dear. Please don't make me do that. I was okay to read some of it, but come on, guys. Please don't make me read it. Dear me. Oh, stop it. You can't. I don't want to read that. No. That's just bloody hell. That's epic, isn't it? Eh? That is epic. What I might do is hand my phone to Lisa and let her read it out herself. I don't want to. It scares me. Dear me. That is that's legendary, isn't it? Look at that, still stopping people. Yes. Yeah, I'm with you, authentic intent. No. Yes, definitely, I agree. She took the time, and I will. Right. Yeah. Yes. Let me. Can I give that to you, and you can film, and you can.
Yeah.
Yes,
sure.
definitely. Go ahead.
Right. Okay. So
get close.
Okay.
Back up and try and
I will do. So,
yeah.
So just to let you all know, I wrote this poem called Proving the Globe after the end of the European Globe Light Tour. And I was just thinking really hard about how to articulate all of the main key points in one poem. And, you know, as you can see, it's pretty long, but that's only half of it. And I knew that I wasn't going to write the whole thing, but I thought I'm just going to do as much as I can, and it has definitely attracted a lot of attention. So here goes. Searching for proof that the Earth is a globe. I thought it would be easy, but you shouldn't suppose. The first thing I went... Oh, I can't read it with the comments. I can see the comments on the screen. The first place I went to was photos from space, and to my shock and horror and total disgrace, it turned out that Rob Simmons is working for NASA. A graphic designer is at the heart of the matter. He openly tells us that he stitched the photos of the famous blue marble. Well, I guess that's a no-no. Now, we shouldn't then jump to outrageous conclusions, because I'm sure that the globe Earth is not a delusion. Okay, so we can't hang our faith on fake pictures. Okay, so they're doctored, then observations are much richer. So I went out and bought myself a good zoom lens camera. Then I looked across the water. It was such a cliffhanger. As I waited and waited while the ship sailed yonder, but with the ship still in view after time, I did wonder. But the Earth is enormous, therefore the horizon must be at a vast distance if we open our eyes. And then, to my astonishment, my friend said with a smile, for a man at 6 foot at sea level, it's 3 miles. So there I stood at the coast, bewildered and battled, in search for the truth. Internal was a battle. Because I'd known since infant school that we're not on a ball. And now I don't know what we live on at all. 8 inches to the mile when squared is the equation. That's how much land would drop if we are what they say we're on. But time and time again, observations did not match. And all along, I'm thinking there must be some catch. Like something was missing after all. See our sun? It goes under the horizon because the Earth's always spun. Or has it? Because now I'm starting to wonder. Could it be that society has pulled on us one big number? So I made observations coast to coast by the ocean. Then I started to probe as to the proof of Earth's motion. And I took out my camera and I observed the sunset. Once again, to my astonishment, I will never forget. The first time I saw it with my very own eyes, it wasn't sunset, it was more like sunrise. I zoomed in on the sun so I could know for sure, and it rose up again as if it never were obscured by the turn of the Earth, its rotation non-stop. Then it dawned on me, I've believed this since I was a tot. And although I was startled and left in confusion, it appeared that the sunset is an optical illusion. It's a bit of a boggle readdressing the rules, but I had to be sure that I was not being fooled. So I studied some footage of the time lapse of the sun, but when the sun shrunk as it set, my head spun. So I watched the sun shrink as it traversed the horizon, and I had to rethink all the bleep we'd been buying. Because if millions of miles away was the sun, then there is no denial, there is nowhere to run. The size to our eyes should be relatively consistent, yet it's larger at noon and smaller in the distance. So I searched for experiments to prove the Earth's motion, but rather than evidence, it stirred up more commotion. As I learnt about the Sagnac and Michelson-Morley, Nicholson-Gale, Eris failure, the odds stacked up poorly. And I guess if I'm honest, I can't say I've ever felt it. The spin of the Earth has less weight than my felt tip. Then I learnt the first photo of the globe Earth from space was taken during Apollo 17 from the moon's face. Then I thought back to what my amigo once told me and how the moon landings were fake, and she sold me. The first ever interview with Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. They all looked so sad when they'd just done a bold thing. And if it wasn't for the loss of telemetry data, the Van Allen belts topped it. I couldn't really debate her. Because if they went to the moon, then why didn't they go back? Could the famous blue marble be an insider's crack? An elaborate painting, an artist's impression? Could this be the case, folks? Tell me, what do you reckon? But what about the scientists all over the lands? They can't all be wrong, sure, you must understand. What about all the folks who are working for NASA? If the globe Earth was fake, surely someone would natter. And that's when I stumbled across Cindy Holland, an ex-NASA employee with a stance not so common. A NASA insider, she gave her account of candid conversations and why she denounced the heliocentric view of the world. Engineer confirmation sent my head in a whirl. Then I started to gauge it, the compartmentalization and the need to know basis for top secret creations. It didn't look good. All my proofs were dismantled and the clues that the Earth weren't a globe came in ample. So that actually is only an extract because I knew that I wouldn't get time to finish the whole thing. So I've put my blog link there, therealhatfits.blogspot.com. I still haven't had the chance to record that properly, but I could maybe get it off here. But I've also got my YouTube is the same, The Real Hat Fits YouTube, and that's like 4 separate words. And I called it The Real Hat Fits just so that you know, because it's an anagram of the Earth is flat. And it goes into a lot more details. It goes into like all the key points that we all know about. So I've got the blog here as well. So I thought that seemed to have more impact today. I'm just trying to find ways to make best of my time. Because obviously some of the art's good and it's subtle, but this is kind of like more in your face. So let's see where Jason is. Yeah, you're welcome, guys. I'm sorry I didn't read your comments. It was hard to like read the comments and read the poem at the same time, but I'll pass you over.
Let's find out from them how they like that. Yeah. But that's, yes, that is the lovely Lisa. Yes, awesome. Well done, Lisa. I'm glad you read that. It only took you half an hour.
Yeah, I mean, I've got an idea what we're going to do tomorrow as well.
Have you? Well, we've been saying, isn't that a better success today? The amount of people that have been stopped and read that.
I know.
Yeah, you've missed an opportunity right through the tour. Your pictures have been fantastic, but they haven't had that impression.
Yeah, I know. And that one was a key one as well.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like you should do exactly the same one, the next one. Yeah. Awesome. There you go. As you say, that is the lovely Lisa. Let me get me charge back up. It's me back pocket. I'm just trying to find me cable. Your first name again was?
Lev.
Lev or Lev? Lev. You just get. Of course, I've just been talking to you before, wasn't I, Lev?
Yeah.
Yes. Why am I so? Oh, because you corrected me before.
Chat.
Because this morning.
Yeah. I was just getting ready to come out, man.
Gotcha. Dear me, I'm terrible. I am. Let me just see if I'm charging. So, guys, I just need to see. No, I'm not charging yet. I don't know why. Let me just check. Let's turn that on round. Just a second, guys. No. I don't know. I'm not charging. Why am I not charging? Right. That should be it. Let's have a look again. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm charging. I don't want to lose you. Yes, I am. Yep, I'm charging. Okay, I'll leave it for a second, Lev. You know Lev, do you? He's online, he's in the chat a lot. He's Lev here, he's online and our chat quite a lot. Sven.
Oh, right, thank you. Yeah. To Karen.
I'll leave you guys. Nice talking to you, Lev. Yeah, there you go. How awesome. Wasn't right, yeah, sorry, I was asking you before, how did Lisa do? Was that fantastic? Yeah, Hippie Shake says incredible job, Lisa. Nathan, National Memorial Gardens. Hi buddy, thank you for all your efforts. Thank you for sharing that with you. Awesome. Yeah, so you like that? That's great. They can walk on a bone, but not on the moon. That's very, very true. Very, very true. We've still got some guys here. Let's have a look. You all right? You've been what have you been looking at mostly? This side or that side? What have you been doing?
All of them.
All of it. Yeah. So this is kind of like in a world of lies and government lies, I should say, and media spin. It's like, are we actually being told the truth about anything? Do the government, do they have your best interest at heart, the government, or are they lying to us consistently?
I wouldn't say like, I don't know, but I would say that they lie like consistently, but sometimes they do lie like.
They're kind of caught out. They're in the media all the time, like Boris and all that, constantly lying all the time.
For example, the one with Boris, he's the one who said like we have to stay at home and stuff.
Yeah.
But he got caught having a party and stuff.
Yeah.
So. Like I would say like everything is a lie. Like personally, I would say everything is about some of the things. Like I would say like 50% of the thing it's a lie.
Yes.
But we can't like literally tell the truth, but they're the ones who knows the truth. So yeah.
So we're kind of like challenging people to look beyond the mainstream narrative, what these guys present to us, but try and look beyond it and start asking questions. You know, like lots of people, we don't ask questions. We look at, I call it the idiot box in the room, you know, like, so we don't ask it, we just believe what the BBC and these people are presenting to us. And we don't ask enough questions and figure out, are they actually telling us the truth? It's like, you know, 9/11, for instance. If I ask you, do you believe in the mainstream narrative on what they suggested? Mainstream narrative.
What was exactly the mainstream narrative?
Well, they kind of suggested that two planes flew into them 2 buildings, but weirdly enough, 3 buildings fell down. They don't talk about that 3rd building, but 3 buildings did fall down. They show us on TV. They show us an actual plane go through it, hit all that concrete, hit all that steel girders, and still come out the other side. You know, like, and the nose cone is all intact. And you know what a bird strike would do to the nose cone of a plane? But if you watch that carefully and frame by frame, you'll see that plane come back outside the other side. So we don't believe in the mainstream narrative. We'll kind of break it down. If you ask most engineers all over the world, ask them, you know, like, were them buildings hit by planes, or was it a controlled demolition? And
I would say controlled demolition, to be honest. I would say happened because I've watched most of the plane
the footage on TV.
Yeah, even I watched air crash thinking about like they never mentioned something like that. But for me,
no,
I would say like I don't know. I don't say it's true, but there might be someone who planted a bomb or something that made the building explode. Because I don't think that because if it was a plane, you could see at least some pieces of the plane.
That's right. And all that plane went to dust.
That's the thing.
Well, maybe that's something for you to look into a little bit more. I can give. There's actually a great website called No Plane. Is it 9/11noplaneshoax.com? I think it's called. Yeah, something like that. If you look into that, but there's so much more to it. This is something you need to be looking into and paying more attention to. Well, Klaus Schwab from the World Economic Forum, Agenda 2021, Agenda 2030. It's really important that you get on top of that really quick. Not a conspiracy theory. You'll own nothing, you'll be happy. Yeah, that's a bit worrying right now there. You've heard of social credit scoring. You may know about cryptocurrencies taking a fall right now. Maybe the economy is taking a fall right now. Are they going to slip in a new world digital currency? You never voted for him. He wasn't elected by us. I never voted for him. He's actually got people like Justin Trudeau, Boris, and Macron, and Prince Charles. So many world leaders, and he's talking to them all right now. They're about to change our world. not through democracy, but they're going to change our world right now. We're in the midst of Agenda 2021 right now. It's happening. Not conspiracy theory. You can go on their website and check it all out for yourself. So a lot of this is mostly about uncovering a world of lies and media spin and all that, which takes us down to this bit, which I'm not sure where you are in the shape of the Earth.
Me, I believe that the Earth is round. Right?
Is round. A sphere? A round sphere.
It's not a complete sphere because there is a difference between a sphere but because if you look at Earth...
Yeah, an oblate sphere, they say.
Yeah, but it's not a complete one. Personally, I don't say it's a complete one.
Yes.
It's not 100% because if it was complete...
How do we know this?
I would say...
Is it something that you can measure or something that you can...
I would say you can measure, yes, at the same time.
Can we?
With time, yeah, by technology.
How do we do that?
By the time, I don't know, like you see that by the time of the moon, because in Egypt, people used to use shadows and stuff.
So this is the Eratosthenes experiment, okay? Eratosthenes. So they used, it was from Ceyhan to Alexandria, about 500 strada, okay? So they do this experiment. The problem is, if the sun is smaller and a lot closer, exactly the same measurement comes out, the same answer. It's exactly the same if the sun is smaller and more local, a bit like that.
Yeah, because the thing I don't agree with this. If the sun, because what I know is the sun is in the center of the universe.
Well, if you look at the sun in the sky, you see the sun about the size of your fingernail in your sky in the sky.
I see.
So that's due to like kind of perspective, and that things get smaller over distance. Okay, how can you discern how far the sun is? Do you know how far away the official narrative is?
I know the official. I don't remember.
That's okay. It's 93 million miles away. They claim. So us people on the street, we're asking, can you support that claim? Where is the science that backs that up? And if you go do some work and you try and back that up, you'll find that they have no supporting evidence whatsoever.
They can see, yeah, I agree, but like the first people are saying that Earth is flat, I don't agree, because if the sun would actually be flat.
So small, like a torch.
Yeah, but that torch, that's what I don't understand, because that torch doesn't just touch the Earth, or the universe.
Okay, we're talking about Earth, not the universe.
What I'm saying, okay then.
Okay.
Earth, because if it was actually a torch, in my view, like it would show all the place. It would show all the place.
What? So if I put a torch down here, I could light up this whole street.
Not all the street. I'm not saying all the street.
Well, that's what you just made a claim.
Yeah, I know, but the same thing. If it was run, it wouldn't touch other things. What I'm saying. But
so what about you? Understand perspective? So if I get this person here, if she walks away, she gets smaller. She walks away again, she gets smaller. She walks away a bit more, she gets smaller. Okay, and before you know it, your eyes can't resolute her. You can't see her. She's too small. Yes, so she's gone. And yeah, sorry, I just listened to the guy. Sorry, I was listening. I got sidetracked a little bit there. So if the sun's going away further and further and further and further away, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay, so the ground, due to perspective, that will lift up to your eye level. Anything in the sky, as it goes further and further. See, them clouds there are lower than these clouds here, but they're not. It's just perspective. It comes down to your eye level. And that's what happens to the sun. It keeps going further and further and further away from you until it actually blends into nothing. And because you can't see through all of this atmosphere. This atmosphere is like your hand in the swimming pool. I can see it here, but I wouldn't be able to see from here to the shop over there. It just gets thicker and thicker and thicker with the dense atmosphere, like having lots of panes of glass in front of you. That's why we can't see the sun. It just goes further away out of our line of sight. It gets smaller and smaller, and the thickness of the atmosphere. There's so much more to it, compression and temperature, humidity, and there's so many other reasons.
But how can you experiment then? Like if the Earth is flat, how can you experiment? How does it spin? How does it feel like? How?
Well, there's a guy called Airy. Oh God, what's his first name? there's a very I should word it this way. There's a very famous experiment called Airy's failure. It's called Airy's failure because he tried to prove: is Earth spinning below you? Is it turning around? Is it spinning, or is the sky turning above you? And they call it Airy's failure because he couldn't prove the existence of Earth spinning below you. Couldn't prove it, which kind of suggested that the sky is moving and we're not. So that's a very famous. So if you look that up, Airy's failure, I think it's actually written down here. This is it. Airy, so GB Airy, and then you've got the Michelson-Morley experiment and the Teuton-Noble experiment. So all of these kind of prove that Earth is stationary and the planets and stars will revolve for us. You're not taught this in school, but these are like Airy is. I think it's like one of the Queen's top astrophysicists, scientists. I need to look into that, but it's because someone just recently told me that, so I'll look into that. But that's something that you need to look into. So, because right now you are spinning around at 600-700 miles an hour. Do you feel that?
I know I'm spinning, but I can't really feel my hand.
And according to the heliocentric model, the sun is actually stationary. It's there, but it's you, even though it's moving. But like for you, you're actually falling back at 600 or 700 miles an hour, and that's what makes the sun go up and down. But that's not true. You can't feel that you're falling backwards at 600-700 miles an hour. The Earth is meant to be spinning at, at 1,000 miles an hour at the equator. So, Dave has got someone with a NASA t-shirt.
Apart from
Is this?
apart from that, if the Earth is flat, because what you see here, there is a sky clock. Where is it? Because I've been too many times in Japan, I never see the person. I've been moving left and right, but I never see the person. How is that person? Because every single time when I was, because I remember when I was in plane, every single time I was going, the Earth was, the thing wasn't just like flat. This like you could see that it was curved, but as I said earlier.
So when you're in a plane, you think you saw it curve?
I saw it curved. That's for me. That's different one because when you're on the plane, you are not. Can you move?
Yes, sure.
I saw something. You are not obviously on the exosphere or in the thermosphere or in the mesosphere. You are like somewhere.
Oh yeah, you're there.
Yeah, from there you can see the face, the place.
Are you okay if I keep catching you? I haven't asked your permission. Are you okay on camera? Are you okay? Yeah, sure. Go on.
Yeah, because you can see the feeling is flat. But it's true that some people don't believe it, but like when you're in the plane, you can see that.
You can see the curvature.
It was flat.
Have you heard of Neil deGrasse Tyson? No. So he's like an American religious scientific god to those who believe that they live on a sphere. Okay, so I'm being very sarcastic with his name, by the way. But he says with the Felix Baumgart jump, I don't know if you remember that, the Red Bull jump, where he went up so high and he just free-falled, the highest person to free-fall down to Earth. Because when he came down, he said to the reporters, he said, "Oh yeah, I've seen the curvature of the Earth." Now, Neil deGrasse Tyson says at that height, the Earth is flat. You cannot see any curvature whatsoever at that height. But lots of people claim that they can see curvature on the beach, in aeroplanes, and Neil deGrasse Tyson says it's impossible to do that. But I believe you. And the reason I believe you is because I think that if I can see 10 miles away at the edge of my finger, if I say that's 10 miles right here and that happens to be the horizon, well, if I look over there, that's the horizon. If I look over there, that's the horizon. It's 10 miles, 10 miles, 10 miles, 10 miles, 10 miles, 10 miles. Look what I'm doing. I'm actually creating an arc. And because I'm creating that arc, I'm actually perceiving that as curvature. But it's not, it's still flat. I'm still seeing 10 miles, 10 miles, 10 miles, 10 miles. So I think we're having a bit of a trick of the mind that when you actually are seeing so far, you're only seeing a particular distance. So when you say that you see curvature, I believe you, I really do. I just don't think that you've understood exactly what it is that you're seeing. As in, it's an optical what's it, illusion that you think that you're seeing a curvature of Earth. Neil deGrasse Tyson says even higher up, hundreds of miles up, even higher up, you cannot see the curvature of the Earth. Oh dear. Running along, isn't it? And then it runs into 25. Do you think we should just walk there, leave this there and walk there, do it, come back? And then we'd have to park somewhere else and that. Damn. Dear me. What do you think? Pack up?
God is the big dog. Don't make any mistakes.
Okay. Right. We're coming to the end where we have to start packing up. So you're not to believe like anything I say on the street. I'm just a guy on the street, yeah. So, but I hope you seem very open-minded and inquisitive, and that's fantastic. What we're hoping for is that something like that one, 200 proof Earth is not a spinning ball. We're hoping that you could look into that. Oh dear. So 200 proof Earth is not a spinning ball. If you could look into that, it's taking it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours. The first 15 minutes are going to be very difficult for you. Give it a go with an open mind, and you know what debunk something is. Start debunking it. Yeah. As in, stop questioning it and try and prove it otherwise, that they must be wrong. You know. What's your first name? Kenzo. My name's Jason. It's really nice meeting you. I'm sorry, we've paid for these parking tickets, and if we don't get back by within half an hour, then we have to pay £75. Yeah. So it's really nice talking to you.
So just last question.
Yes, please. Yes.
Which one do you believe? Do you believe the Earth is flat or?
Well, I don't believe either. I know, or I don't know. I don't do beliefs, so I know the Earth is flat. Because I used to believe in Santa Claus. I used to believe in this tooth fairy. I decided I don't want to believe things no more. I either know something or I don't know something. So we see land so far away, far too far. Nice talking to you. Cheers. Thank you. Right, so we're trying to pack up. These can't control themselves, and this guy can't control himself as well. There you go. No, that's right. We don't waste our time as well, but thank you. Yeah. All right, guys, I need to say goodbye quickly. Guess what? We've paid £16 for our parking tickets. We paid £16, and if we're not back within half an hour, that price goes up to £25 each and 3 cars. So I'm really sorry, guys. We are at the end, and let me turn you around. There's so much more here to do. I'd love to stay a bit longer, but it's just one of them. You know, like look at the amount of people that are there. Oh, I want to stay, but we can't. Guys, thank you so much for being with us. It's been fantastic here in Leeds. Who? Oh, stop it. Yeah, that's mad. That's what that was about. Dave got told off for his Islamophobia when he's all about love and, you know, for everybody. That's not nice, that. Twisting the argument. He's talking. Oh, you'll see that video. He'll probably post that. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed that, some of you. I'd love to stay more. We are at Preston tomorrow. We've got a couple of special guests coming tomorrow. And again, all of you that supported the tour, thank you so much. Yeah, you guys are amazing. Thank you. I've just got one accommodation to pay. So we're nearly there anyway. But look, guys, thank you so much. If you want to buy us a coffee, it's buymeacoffee.com/globeli. Thank you so much. And then that'll go towards the accommodation and that. Thank you so much. See you guys. We'll see you tomorrow, 12 o'clock in Preston. It's outside of the shopping centre tomorrow. What's it called?
It's called Fishergate.
Fishergate Shopping Centre, tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Cheers, guys. Thank you, you awesome, fantastic moderators and everyone who supported. Thank you so much. Cheers, guys.